Hello and welcome back to my farm, and today's video we'll start looking at the new update and then continue a little bit further. So let's see what it says. Now that you're in a neighborhood, you can participate in a neighborhood derby. What's the derby? Let's find out. Now here we have a tutorial. Now on the left hand side you've got an image. You then tap on the image, you agree to it by signing the contract, and then you do that task. Very simple, but is it? Let's go exploring this update and find out a lot more. Now, I've been playing the Derby game since it started with my neighbourhood, and since it's our first time playing, we've identified some things we've done wrong and some things that we've done right, and I'm going to give you some tips that relate to playing this game. It's a lot of fun and I do enjoy this change. So, in the derby you take tasks, complete the required actions and get points for your neighbourhood. If everyone participates, everyone can get great rewards. If you need help, you can always check the derby help tab for more information. And I will be showing you that information a little bit later. Now, Mr. Scarecrow, you need to move on out the way and let me have a look at the machine. And that is the machine, and it's stuck next to your neighbourhood house. And doesn't it look beautiful? You've got a saddle just off to the side there. You've got a horse in a horseshoe shape, and there are the horses. So, a new derby has started. Now, when you first open it up, you will notice you have 5 out of 5, which means you have 5 tasks to do. You've got 3 days and 22 hours on the clock here and 0 horseshoes. Now, you're going to notice a lot of orders for, or should I say, a lot of tasks for different kinds of things. Some of them will be really easy, some of them will be very challenging. Now, one suggestion for you is not to rush ahead and just choose the first ones that come up. You want to look at what's actually being shown and then basically choose one that will give you the maximum amount of points and is not too difficult for yourself. I would strongly recommend that you talk in your neighborhood before you start the event just to discuss who's going to do what. Now, you don't have to do all of these tasks, just like the board where you have truck orders in the town. You can rip them off. Now, the only people that can rip them off are the leader, the co-leader, and the elders. And you can rip them off from the center of the board here. Once you've actually signed a task, and you decide you don't want to do it and you rip it off, then you will lose one of the 5 options. So don't throw it away before you or after you've signed for it. Now, from looking at the board here, we've got some benchmarks. Now, the first one is 1800, 5000 and 8300. It actually does go a little bit further, but at the moment I can't scroll all the way along. And you'll notice that you are in a race with many other groups. Now, we are a group of 30 people, and all of these other groups have 30 people in them as well. So you will be matched up exactly with the same amount of people that are in your neighborhood. Now, if you only have 2 people, those you're competing against will only have 2 people. So don't worry, you won't get left behind by a group that's having 30 people in it. Now, okay, this next one down here shows you your horseshoes, and once you reach each of the benchmarks, then you will start to see images for the rewards that you can get, and I'll show you that later in the game. This one here gives you some more information, and it's well worth reading. There are 2 tutorials at the bottom, more information. You can also go into the advanced settings of the game and read more about the derby as well. You've got 5 entries there, and it does give you a lot of good information about how to play this game and what to do. It's very simple, and it's very easy, and it's really enjoyable. Even though some of the activities can be a little bit difficult. Now, do remember you are competing against other neighbourhoods. Now, just because you are in the lead, it does not mean you will stay there. Okay, the person who seems to have the most points at the end of the day is the one who is the winner. Now, if it's a draw, the person who got to that point first will be declared the winner. So make sure that you don't draw with someone and think, hey, we're second here, we're going to get the gold trophy. You will end up with silver, bronze, or nothing. Now these are the tutorials. This one shows the eggs again, and this is the second tutorial, which is how to claim the rewards. Now the rewards are quite interesting. You get the option to pick and choose the ones you want, and if you want to, you can shuffle the rewards to get better ones. But the shuffling will cost diamonds, so please be careful how you do that. Now, do you need to reach all of the flag posts? No, you don't. Okay. You will still be able to claim something even if you only get to the first threshold point. So don't worry if you can't get everything done. Now, for this first one, I'm just going to choose one of the orders. I must admit this was my first attempt and I didn't think about the final total this point. So I chose one that was really easy to do and only gave me 66 points. That was a big mistake, but as an example, I don't mind. Now this is a fishing one, and according to this fishing I need to collect 16 pounds, so that's not going to be difficult. So let's jump to my fishing area, send my ducks away and start fishing. But what will I get, I wonder? Will it be something big and heavy, or will it be something small that's going to make me take a long time to catch fish? Now I'm quite lucky, I'm fully maxed out in the fishing area, so if I do the fishing activity, I have all of the slots that I can catch fish in. Now if you only have a few slots opened up, you may find the fishing activity is too challenging for you. In that case you might want to concentrate on the truck orders, or if you have the mine as an example. The mine is really useful and that will give you a lot of points, but you are going to need mine tools. So please do share within your neighborhoods and make sure that everybody has the resources they need from each of you to fill their task. Now you've got many days, you don't have to get it all done in one go. Now my neighborhood is rushing ahead and we're enjoying ourselves. Some of us have finished our tasks already. Now you do only have 5 tasks, but if you wish to spend 10 diamonds you can do 6. Now the choice is yours. Do you want to do 6 or do you just want to stick with the standard 5? At the end of the day, no one is going to make you spend the diamonds. But if it's that gold trophy you're aiming for, or the extra special rewards for being in the top 3, then why not give it a go and just use 10 diamonds for one more order. It's a weekly activity, remember, so if you don't win this week, you've got another chance of winning next week. I'm assuming that every time we do compete again and again and again, the neighborhoods will be different. I would sure hate to be competing against the same neighborhoods every time. Now you've just noticed there that I've done the 16 pounds and it's telling me my task is now complete. There's a tick mark. You saw a little banner come up to say that I've completed the activity. So let's go back to the derby and have a look and see what I've got. So that's scrolling on down. Okay, nothing appears any different there. Okay, right, now we're looking at the derby. You'll see that my team now has 66 points, which I've just got, so we're moving along towards the total. We're number 4 at the moment, so for our first one, that's quite okay. Now what should I choose for my next one? Let's do the town visitor task, I think. Now, as I said, you choose a task, you tap on it to say you want it, like you're signing a contract. Once you've signed a contract, that's your task. You cannot do another task until you have finished the one that you are doing. So there's no doing 5 tasks at the same time. You can only do them back, or one after the other. Now for me, okay, my town is maxed out. Okay, with the new update, I can now update my town a little bit more, and I'll show you some of that later. But it means that collecting visitors is not a challenge really for me, because my service turnaround is very quick. However, the B&B is still many hours. So if you are going to do the town, please make sure that you are able, or you do have an upgraded town as much as possible, because a faster service time is better. Now, don't worry too much about the trains visitors. The better visitors to deal for these events are the ones from your neighbours, because they only want to go to one building. Whereas all of these visitors, if you're of a higher level, will want to go to 2 or 3. Now I usually send away the 3s and only do the 2s, so it's not really that difficult. But then again, as I said, my town is maxed out, so I can get it done very quickly. Max out the grocery with visitors if you can, because that's the shortest turnaround time. And that will give you 6 visitors very, very quickly if you can fill all of their items. Now, you are going to need some resources within the town, so do send requests out to your neighbours and say, hey, help me, I need some items to give to my visitors. What can you give me? Help each other, guys. It's the best way. Now, there are some tasks that you can't get help from. So, as an example, if you're harvesting crops, no one can help you with that. You can only do it yourself. So, if you only have a small area for harvesting crops, it's going to take you a long time with some of the challenging tasks. So, do pick and choose. You cannot you cannot get donations from your neighbours when it comes to crop-based activities. You physically have to grow them. This is the same with animal produce as well. So again, if you don't have all of the animals and you don't have the time to actually collect the produce from the animals, please do avoid those tasks as well. I'm noticing that the egg ones do pay a lot of points, so eggs are really easy to produce and very quick to turn around. Now this is what I meant by going to your neighbours. Pick up loads of visitors. Now I'm quite lucky. I can pick up 10 people at a time, and now I've just collected those visitors. I will bring them back to my town, give them what they want, and doing 16 visitors is very, very easy for me. If I plan it right, then maybe I can do another visitors one and complete that task very quickly as well. Now there have been some updates in the town. For example, the town hall has been updated. Your personal train has been updated as well. And if you're looking at all of the buildings, they have been done as well. Now what are they, I wonder? Well, let me tell you. If you're looking at the buildings, the number of slots has stayed the same, so it's still a maximum of 6 people. However, coins has increased, so has XP and reputation, and so has the service time. So for example, for coins, it's now 5% to a maximum of 60%. Whoa, that's really good. For experience and reputation, that's also 5% to 60%. Wicked. So the faster you max out those buildings, the more reputation you get, the faster you can upgrade your town. Bonus. Now, service time. Now, that's the key one. You need to be able to turn around your visitors very, very quickly. And they have increased this as well. But have they increased it to 60%, I wonder? No, they haven't. They have increased it to 40%. Whoa. Okay. So basically now the service time is 40%, the coins and experience reputation is up to 60, and the slots has stayed the same. Now when it comes to the upgrade levels for the building, the upgrade levels for the building have now increased as well, and they have been updated to 38, which is very, very nice. Now, you're noticing here from looking at my town that I can upgrade my station. And you can upgrade this to 14. And I think that's a bad decision, Supercell. Please change it to 15, because it means my last carriage does not have the gold bar. It has a silver bar and only 2 windows. So the new upgrade adds a new carriage. It's not for 3, it's only for 2, and it looks ugly. And you will see this later in my video as well when we get to that. I'm really not satisfied with that change. And I think that's one factor that I'm hoping they will address later. Now the town hall has been changed as well, and the town hall has been updated to 42. So you can have up to 42 people visiting your town as well. And that's pretty good as well. So think of all those visitors that you can have wandering around, especially once you've maxed out all your buildings. Okay, right, let's see what else has changed here. Now, the town I've talked about, so I can forget that one for the moment. Now, what else do we have that's new in the game? Well, besides the derby, we also have some new machines, and we have a machine called the Hat Maker. And in a minute in the video, you are going to see me put this hat maker onto my farm and watch as I spend the diamonds to upgrade it. Now, the hat maker, it will be unlocked from level 70. So for you low-level players, forget about it. You will not even see this machine until much later in the game. It was added to the farm for us high-level players, so we've got something new to play with. Now, how much does it cost? Now, it's actually not that expensive, especially once you get up to the higher levels. It's only 260,000 gold coins. And that's really not a lot, because you will find that once you get to the higher levels, you end up with millions in the bank. So it's a small amount of money. Now, how long does it take? Now, once you've actually moved that hat maker to your farm, it's going to start its production cycle. And the production cycle will take 3 days and 3 hours to build. Now, if you want to, you can wait those 3 days and 3 hours, and then when it's done, you can unwrap it. Now, I'm a little bit impatient, and I hate to wait 3 days when I can do something much faster, especially when I want to show you guys what it looks like. And it will cost you 80 diamonds to upgrade that one. And again, I will show you that a little bit later in the video. In fact, where you're looking at now is where I'm going to add my new machine. And it will look beautiful just sitting there. Okay, let's do it now. So scrolling down to the very, very bottom where the machines are. Come on, show it to me. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, there it is. A beautiful pink color. Doesn't it look wonderful? Now, I love the design for this machine. You've got this beautiful round table. I can imagine the person who makes the hats just sitting there or standing, whichever way they wish to do it, making these beautiful hats. Now we've only got a couple of hats to look at, and in a second I'll show you those as well. So another couple, we've got 3 exactly. A couple means just 2. So there are 3 hats, and they are fantastic as well. Okay, so that's my new machine there. Let's let it go and start building. So as I said, 3 days and 3 hours or 80 diamonds. So let's just tap that because I have plenty of diamonds which I got from within the game. So tap it once, tap it twice to confirm, and there it is. And I get 40 experience points for that as well, and lots of beautiful butterflies. And doesn't it look wonderful? Now there are your 3 hats. They look cute. To get the first mystery star, you need to be working for 72 hours, as you've just seen there. And just like with the other machines, you need to produce items just to be able to get those stars. So I'm looking forward to maxing out as soon as possible. Now, the resources for these hats can be a little unusual, especially for the black hat. You're going to need coal on that one. Now, I'm going to open up some slots. Let's spend some of these diamonds just so I can boost my production. And as you can see there, you will need a lot of diamonds if you decide to do this early. Now, you don't need to do it as fast as I am. Okay, the top hat. That's your first one I'm going to produce here. Now, the reason I need that is because I need it in the town. Cloche Hat, I think that's pronounced right. And then a sun hat is the last one. Okay, 3 hours and 29 minutes for the first one, or 7 diamonds to speed it up. Now, what should I do? Should I speed it up because I need it in the town, or should I just wait the 3 hours and 29 minutes? Now, Supercell, I think this is another glitch because when you do tap on it, it jumps to the side. 1 hour and 59 minutes for this one, 5 diamonds. And there was the jump again, and then it jumps back. Does this one jump as well? Yes, it does. So 2 hours and 29 minutes and 6 diamonds as well. So that's 3 hats produced. So top hat, sun hat, and a cloche hat. Let's get the top hat going. Now later on this week I will be updating my guide on the Supercell site, just so we've got all this updated information. We know the XP that's required, we know the materials, etc. So do check out my farm guide and my town guide once it's updated. If you're not sure where to look, just look in the bookmark section within the forum for guides and you can find them there. Okay, let's load up the production line and just let it go. But first, let's get some more resources. Now, from looking at the side of my screen, you'll notice that the Derby notification is still sticking out there. Now, I actually think it's ugly. It sticks out too far, it doesn't move, it kind of looks awful within the image itself. I'm hoping that some stage in the future they will change that, because it's really not nice, especially the way it just stays there. Okay, these are the 3 hats that I've just speeded up. So 172 coins for the base price, but what's the maximum? 619 gold coins for that one. That's not bad. Okay, 130 base for this one. 468 max. And how about the sun hat? I wonder what that's worth. 155 gold coins. And 558 for the maximum price. Okay, so if you decide to make lots of hats and sell them, you should get a nice return. But who is going to buy the hats when basically they're from level 70 and above? Now, this is my first customer. He wants a top hat, so we know that the gift shop will require hats. So I need to update my guide here. Now the return for that single hat is okay, so let's just sell it to him. Anybody else need doing? Okay, got a couple of idle people. Let's send them to their buildings and then get some more visitors sorted. Okay, if I come back in about 20 or 30 minutes, I can finish off my next task. I still can't upgrade my town hall because I don't have the resources, so I'm going to have to ask my neighborhood to help me out. So you're going to see some chats during this game where I'm talking to everybody in my neighborhood asking for help. Also within the game, I've been giving lots of resources to them just so they complete their tasks. Those that are doing the boats and the trucks, those are the ones I can help. Those that are doing the mines, I'm giving them my mining tools. Crops and produce? No. Okay, right, we've time warped and we've jumped ahead, so let's finish this achievement. And we're up to 15, and there's the task completed. Doesn't it look beautiful? Now, I actually do like these pop-up messages. I like the orange background. I like the way that you get the writing on there with the horseshoes. It actually looks really good. That's one part I do think is really nice. The only negative point I've said at the moment, as you know, is the 16 of 16 tag that sticks out. Okay, right, my neighbourhood's jumped to number 2. So we're doing great at the moment, so I'm really satisfied with that. Now, come on, load up the information, please. Okay, right. What I'm doing here is now binning some of the orders and having a look at the ones that we can or can't do. Now, these 300-point ones are very nice. You're going to need 80 ores there. Ooh, that's difficult. Now, for a starting point with my neighborhood, because I wasn't too sure when I first got this, before we actually understood the game in detail, we set a basic amount at 150. Or that's what I decided anyway. Maybe later on when we get more comfortable, you can just pick and choose. My elders and my co-leader will become more comfortable as well and just rip off the orders and save me having to do it. Okay, more of my neighborhood's awake now. Now, when your neighborhood starts to wake up and do tasks, you will see who's doing what tasks by looking at the bottom of that image. And then they're all highlighted, and if you tap on them, you can actually see their little pinned note that they're looking at. Now, I've chosen eggs here, so I've got 80 eggs to do, a really, really easy one. And the return is actually not too bad, so I'm quite satisfied with this one. Now, for the lower level players, I think this is a really useful one. It's not too challenging doing the eggs. The turnaround time is very, very fast, especially if your machine's maxed out. Other people in your neighborhood can provide you feed, or you can prepare it yourself. And again, the feed for the chickens doesn't take too long either. So, focus on the eggs, you lower level players. Some of the other ones that I quite like as well, and I think lower level players will enjoy, are the ones where you're actually harvesting crops. Now, things like the potatoes or the pumpkins, as an example, are going to take many, many hours, especially if you only have a small land area. But the wheat ones, as an example, will be done very, very quickly. So do pick and choose. Okay, looking at the top, you'll see the time is 3 days and 19 hours, and you can also notice how many horseshoes that we've actually achieved in relation to the stars. So 567 is our total. This will keep increasing, and you will basically have the 3 days to get everything done. when you rip off an order, just like you would see with the truck board, you get a little pop-up message where you can just confirm it. And just like with the truck board, it counts down. Okay, so 7 people are now awake in my neighborhood and are responding. And they are getting into this event. Okay, we're getting close to the first benchmark, which is 1800. Next one's 5000, so we're a long way from that. We're number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, and number 1's at the bottom there. Whoa, this farm's doing really good. They've got 30 people in there just like us. Their required level's 34, and just having a scroll down through their names, you can see who they are and what level they are. Well done, guys. You're setting a nice little starting target there. Okay, now let's start chatting. So this derby is fun, and it really is. Now, will it still be fun in the future? I don't know. At the moment, it's brand new, it's interesting, and we're all kind of excited about it, and we're all getting actively involved. Now, it's a weekly task. I suppose once we get comfortable with it, we will just do the tasks as normal when we have the time, and it will just become another part of the background. But I'm not so sure. In some ways, it's actually quite exciting to have a continuous event that you've got to participate in. And I just love the horse races. I used to love going to the horse races in England back in my army days, or with my wife when we were first dating. It's good fun. Right, now I'm just having a look to see what they're doing. As you can see, you just tap on their image and their boat task comes up. And it tells you how long they have and what points they can get. Please be careful with the ones that are timed, like this one here is 5 hours and 30 minutes. If you choose a task then go to bed, you may find when you wake up in the morning you've lost the chance to finish that task, which means your neighborhood has lost the points. So, do choose a task that's going to be taking a few days if you are going to sleep very soon after choosing a task. Or better still, don't choose one. Just wait until you wake up and then focus on that task once you are awake. Okay, let's go back to my town once more. Now, I've found a problem in my town, and I'm going to have to inform Supercell about it via the in-app service report. Now, usually when you tap on the visitors, especially the ones that are finished, they then walk back to the platform. But I've got 3 passengers that are not moving. You can see 2 of them there, and the other one is the strong man near my grocer's. And I was a little perplexed. Why are they not moving? Okay, there's the strong man down there. I've tapped on them, and it tells me they've finished and they're just waiting for the train. So, what I need to do is to tell Supercell about this. Now, how do you report a problem? It's very, very easy. To report a problem, what you need to do is just go up to the top left hand corner where you've got your settings mark and just tap on that, as I'm about to show you in a minute. So yes, I have 3 people there. So let's take a photo because they are going to need photo evidence. Okay, this is the image I'm going to send them. Right, help and support. That's what you need to click on. Now, I wasn't sure which one I should do, so I looked at troubleshooting first of all, but as you can see, troubleshooting wasn't the right place to go. So let's scroll down and find out how we report a problem. So scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down, and it says contact us, so this is what I need to do. Now, I rarely contact Supercell this way. Usually I speak to them via the site. But this is an in-game problem, so I thought it might be easier to do it this way. So you just type in the message, and you've got the option of adding your email plus photos, and your game name or farm name is there as well. So, hi, I think I have found a bug in the town. I have 3 visitors. Oh, go back and change that. I have 3 visitors that are done, but not moving. Oh no, that looks like a serious problem. And they're not moving to the platform. I don't think they want to leave. Oh my god, that's awful. They are just standing there. So, my town has 3 new statues. Medusa must have flown by on her broomstick. Okay, let's add the photo. So, click on that one. Yes, that's the one I want to add. So, okay, attach, and there you are. I've got my message, I've got my photo, and I just need to press send. Very, very simple, very, very easy. Once you press send, then it will say it's sending your message like it's doing now, and then it will say we've received it. Now, please be aware that the service center I report to is not the same service center that you report to. Supercell has service teams all over the world to deal with people when they have problems. So, if you've reported something and you get one form of information from them, it's not going to be the same person that I would get the information from. Now, we all got diamonds, 5 diamonds. Yeah, don't you just love free diamonds in the game? So that's taken me back up to 221 diamonds, which I will be using again soon as well. Now, I wanted to see what the derby looks like on someone who is not high enough yet. And basically, it's still in its box. So I jumped to Carol's farm, and he has to build it. So come on, sir, upgrade your farm, get to the right level, and start building your derby machine. Okay, now I can get my 80 eggs, I do believe. So let's collect the eggs from my ladies, then feed them their feed and get them going again, because I got a feeling they will be very hungry after all that work. Now, will I get a pop-up message again? Yes, I will. So let's do it slowly this time. So are you ready? Steady, go. And there you are, animal task completed, 257 plus, and the little egg symbol. And my tick mark comes up. Right, let's go down and see how that's affected our grand total. So yes, my task completed, and look at that, we have gone into the lead with 1,938 points. I just love my neighborhood. You guys are awesome. So, first place. Now, you may have noticed there that our horse is at the top. Your horse will always be at the top of all the other horses. When you reach a flag, like we've done here, you will jump to the second screen that looks like the global symbol. And basic will show you your prizes. So we've got 3 prizes there that we can choose from later. But that won't be till much later in the video, and if anything, that will probably be one of the other videos I will be doing as a follow-up to this. Now, which one should I do next? Should I do the truck orders, or a boat, or a fishing one? £90, £100. Let's do the £100. I think £100 of fish will be very good for me. It will also be very good for my production as well. So, all those fish fillets, perfect. Right, what do I have to do next? I have to tell my neighborhood about our score. So I'm going to type there. So we got our first flag. Yay. Remember, go for maximum points. So even though my first few were not so high, because I didn't realize or think about it clearly at the beginning, at least now we're on the same wavelength. And we are also number one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We are number one. Ha ha ha. But will we stay there? Number two's looking very strong there as well. So, will they be putting on a burst of speed and zooming straight past us as we falter at the first hurdle? We will have to wait and see. But I need to start working on my £100, and I wonder what kind of fish I'm going to get. Will they be big fish or will they be small fish? Well, you know what fishing is like. Fishing is a wonderful activity, and you're going to see a very wonderful activity as I start collecting fish in the pool area. If I'm lucky, I may even get some special ones. Actually, no, I won't. What I'm going to be doing is using the worm lures, because the worm lures are free, and I need to start saving my vouchers for the pets, because they're going to cost me a lot of green lures to get the puppy and the kitten. In fact, so many lures that I was shocked when I saw the totals. But you will see later in the video. And I must admit, those puppies and the kittens look so cute. I could just eat them. Actually, no, I wouldn't eat them. I'd have too many people in my family complaining. I know I live in Asia, and we do eat some strange things sometimes, but I'm an animal lover, and I would never eat my kittens and my puppies. Don't worry, people. They would be safe on my farm with my dogs and my cats, my horses and my donkeys and all my other animals. Okay, that was a nice little one to catch. That took me up to £13. Now, 12 spots, okay. Maybe £3 a fish, give or take. It shouldn't take me too long to do the £100. The salmon here is a nice fish to catch. It's usually of a good weight and it boosts up your score quite nicely. So, for you guys doing the fishing, try to get the heaviest fish. Don't really worry too much about where they are or what kind of lure. Just use the cheap lure. It's much, much better and much, much faster. Now, what do you think about the game so far? What do you think about the update? What's your opinion? Now, most of you have probably played the Derby for a while. You've probably got your own views and opinions about it. Are you finding it easy or are you finding it difficult? What is your neighbourhood strategy? Are you all going to be doing the 6 tasks, i.e. spending 10 diamonds to do the 6th one? Or are you going to be stopping at the 5 tasks? Why not let me know? It will be interesting to read your comments. For my guys, I'm leaving the choice down to them. I know some of them have done the 6 tasks and used 10 diamonds. I'm just going to stick with the 5, and I will only use the 6th one if we need it to boost us into the top 3. If I don't think we have the chance, then I'm not going to bother. But we will have to wait and see. You never know. Right, we're up to £28, and some of the fish were good ones and some of them were not so. There's no way of actually telling how heavy the fish is going to be unless it's actually moving slowly when you're drawing it in. And what I mean by moving slowly is the circle. Now, that copper red horse was a nice one. Wonder how that tastes. I'd have to find out next time I go to my sushi restaurant. And speaking of sushi restaurants, my wife and I, my children, will be going to one tomorrow. So I'm actually looking forward to it. Right, now one thing about this fishing area. Now I'm quite lucky, as you know, because all my spots are opened up. But one of my neighbours within my town only has a couple of slots opened. So for him doing the fishing activities, it's really challenging. But as a neighbourhood, it's a great way to get round each other and to pass your resources to that individual that's doing the task, so they can then expand more fishing spots, or they can expand the production lines, or giving them some coins so they can purchase more farm pens, etc., for their animals. So, in some ways, I think this is quite a nice addition to the game, having this derby, because it kind of refocuses you on helping each other out and supporting your neighborhoods more. And I wonder if that was Supercell's intention at the end of the day, getting us all working more closely together. If it was, you guys are awesome. You've been thinking pretty well about what you'd like us to do. Right. Now, I'm going to keep having to make lures here. Also at the same time, because I'm using my fishing area to catch fillets, I can use my net making machine to store up on my duck traps and my lobster traps, because you never know, later I might need loads of those as well. Right, so that's £38 done of 100. There's not much more I can do there until later, so I'm going to have to wait for the cool off period to cool down. So let's see where we are at the moment. So Sam's awake, Shinya's up there, we've got a few orders, let's rip that one off. 90 is no good, so send that one to the trash can. Yes, I am sure. 167, I think I can bin those as well. We don't really need those. 77 can go in the bin as well. Now, earlier in the game, I must admit I didn't touch these ones so quickly, but now that we've been playing for a day and a half, I've been chucking more and more of the lower level or point ones away. And now we tend to be getting more 300 point requests. So I'm quite satisfied. Okay, they're more challenging, but we can do it. How are we doing in the game? We're doing marvelously. We're still in first position. We're gradually achieving our goal, which is getting towards the fourth target, and that's quite a high number to aim for, but it's still fun. We have lost one member of the neighbourhood who dropped out and left the team, which is a shame. I'm not sure the actual reason why yet, because I haven't had the chance to catch up with them. But we've also gained a new member into our neighbourhood that's been waiting to rejoin for a while. Now, if you do lose people during the derby, okay, this means you're going to be one down compared to the other neighbourhoods. So you will drop down to, say, 29, they will be on 30, so they have more chances of getting ahead. Now, if someone does join your neighbourhood during an event, they can't actually take part. They will have to wait until the next event starts before they're able to start participating in these tasks. Otherwise, what it would mean is that people could leave, new people could join, and you would have an unfair advantage. So you don't gain any assistance if someone new joins, but you do lose out if people leave. Now, I do know that there's been quite a few discussions on the forum about people joining or not participating. Now, what is your focus in your neighbourhood? Is it just people playing and helping? Is it more for chatting? Are you very active or not? Now, some people have been using this as a good excuse to remove players that aren't active. Now, if that's what you want to do, so be it. But I think that's a little bit unfair. Some members cannot get on the game that frequently. Okay, maybe their level's not so high. So it's going to take them a bit of time to do some of these tasks. Now, hopefully you have neighbourhoods that are well established and you are friends with most of the people. So do cut them some slack. This is the first time they're actually doing the derby. Maybe they do have commitments outside. They don't have the resources. Maybe they're a little bit apprehensive about this. So some of the people we're competing against, I've noticed, have not put a lot of effort into this. Now, that's fine. Okay, some neighbourhoods are very competitive, some neighbours are not. As long as you achieve some of the flag posts, you will get rewards. Now, one of the questions that I did notice on the forum was, okay, if we reach the flags first, does this mean that the other neighbourhoods don't get any prizes? No, it doesn't. When people reach those flag posts, you will all get prizes. The only people who will get extra prizes are the top 3 neighbourhoods. And you may complete all of the flags first before everybody else, and you think, hey, we're going to win this. That's not the case. The winning neighbourhood is the one with the most points at the end of the event. So even though you may reach the finish post first, okay, congratulations, you may not win the gold cup overall. So it does not pay sometimes to rush ahead. This is an event you need to plan very, very carefully. It's an activity that will require you talking with each other and then saying, hey, you guys need to do this, you guys need to do that. Do work with each other. As you just noticed there, the higher value wins the day. Now, you've got 30 people in each of your neighbourhoods in the case of the ones that we're competing against. That's 5 orders each, plus an extra one if you want to. Now, do remember the 6 order, if you are doing it, will cost you 10 diamonds. Now, I've got 220 odd diamonds there in the kitty, so that's a lot of extra orders if I wanted to do it. But as you already know, I'm going to save that for later. Now, some of the information I've been giving you is from what I've read all over the place, or from what I've experienced. But actually, if you go to the Supercell forum, they have a really good section under the player support called New Update, What's New. Now, when you go in that new update area, it tells you that there's a welcome to the derby, and that will give you some information. There's a post called Derby Rules, Derby Tasks, Derby Racetrack, Derby Prizes, Horseshoes, Trashing the Tasks, Why Can't I Join the Current Derby, Derby Tutorial, Adorable Pets, and New Machines and Decorations. So it's well worth popping along to the forum and checking out those posts. Now, let me just go over some of those for you, just to clarify some things I may have missed. Okay, so Derby Rules. In the name of fair play, the stewards of this derby have established the following rules for all participants. Number 1. The derby has a duration of 7 days, starting at the same time for all neighbourhoods. Now, you may have noticed that our derby only started with 3 days left on the clock. I'm assuming this is because it was halfway through the week, and we'll be finishing very, very soon. Now, does this mean that each race will start on the Monday and then finish on the weekend? I hope so. Next one. The minimum amount of neighbours that can participate is 1. But remember, the bigger the neighbourhood, the easier it is to win rewards. So a few people have said, okay, well, there's only 2 of us in our neighbourhood. We cannot reach the flag posts. Now, I'm afraid that's probably going to be true, considering that the flag posts are set quite far apart. If you're looking at my screen now, you can see 2 of those flag posts. So one is at 5,000, one's at 8,300. If there are only 2 people in your neighbourhood, it's not going to happen. Okay, you really need to get more people to get the most benefit out of this event. Now, think of it this way. If you are doing some of the activities, you will get the rewards, you will get the XP, you will get the coins for them. I'm not so sure if you're going to be able to achieve the flags if you've only got a couple of people, but as soon as I find out, I will let you know. Now here we're looking at the conversation and the reply to the problem that I reported earlier. Thank you for sending us a screenshot of your issue. I can see that you don't have any space in the town. I would suggest that you make some space by removing some of your decoration, and that they hope this helps. Now, actually, it's not going to help. And since I've sent this, I've replied back to them just to say that it doesn't help. And they have also replied back to me to say that they have been made aware of this problem by other people as well. And I continually get people stuck in my town that are not moving back to the platform. So it's not something to do with my decoration, it's actually something to do with the game, and Supercell are aware of it. So if you are experiencing this problem with people just standing there and not moving anywhere, what you're about to see me do here by removing some of the decoration as per their first suggestion will not help. And I know that because I'm trying it here. So let's just watch what I do. Okay, the next one we've got on the Derby rules, so you can watch the video as I get rid of the decoration and make my farm look ugly. If the player joins a neighbourhood in the middle of the derby, they must wait until the next derby starts in order to participate. Okay, I've said that one already. Your neighbourhood will be matched randomly with others of the same size. Yay, I mentioned that one earlier in the video as well. Cool. Looks like I'm giving you all the information before I've actually got to it. If there's a task that nobody wants to do, the leader, co-leader, etc., leaders or elders have the option to trash it. I've already told you that one. Good. There is a cooldown period. Okay, I've mentioned that one as well. Every member can take a maximum of 5 tasks. Okay, I've done that one. If you realise you're not happy with the task you have chosen, you can still trash it. Though, this task will be taken off from the 5 weekly tasks that you are allowed to complete. So be careful which tasks you choose. And yes, please do be careful. Okay, even my visitors in the town are avoiding those that are stuck. It looks so strange. Hey, you're in the way, let's walk around you instead of through you. I just love the way that happens. Mr. Strongman is not going to move from the spot as well. So, yes, it was definitely a glitch in the game. Fingers crossed that they rectify it in the next update. Tasks vary in difficulty. Oh yes, don't we know that one? But you receive more derby points from the more challenging tasks, so plan wisely. If there is a tie for the top 3 standings, the neighbourhood that reaches the winning score first will take the lead. Oh yeah. You must have at least 1 horseshoe to be eligible for the podium top 3 finish. So, even if there are only 2 neighbours in your neighbourhood and you reach the top score in your race, but none of the teams reaches the flag, this means you will not have a horseshoe, which means you cannot claim the top prizes. Ouch. That is going to make a few people very, very sad. Okay, now I'm replying to Supercell here, and I'm saying, or to the service team anyway. Thank you for your feedback. However, I don't feel that I don't feel that this is the issue. The visitors tend to walk through through most decorations that are in the way. And it's true. Sometimes they walk around things, sometimes they walk through them. It's very strange that they're not consistent with this. Even when I'm typing, I tend to change my mind about what I'm going to say. I did do as you said, though, and removed some of the decoration. But it didn't help. So just to be on the safe side, I did try what they suggested, but as I found out and I've advised them, it did not work. And even the visitors walk around them. Even my fellow neighbours picking up visitors didn't help. So we can honestly say that this was a glitch in the game. Now, if you do find glitches, you do find a problem in the game, okay, the service team are really helpful. Okay, remember that they are a contracted out service. They're usually not employees working directly for Supercell at the company. But they do try their hardest to help you. They do get back to you as soon as they are able to. Now remember, as I said, there are different teams around the world, so please do be polite and friendly with them. They are just doing their jobs. If you are not satisfied with some of the results you're getting, you are welcome to join the forum and speak to the staff there directly. Sometimes that is a much better way of actually getting assistance. In other cases, they will say please report it through the game, so they can actually check your records and see what's happening. It makes it much easier. So we have two choices for getting help. One is through the game like this, the other one is on the website. Now, like most of you, I'm just a fan of the Heyday game, and I do enjoy making these videos to give you all advice and support and tips. Now, okay, I don't work for the Supercell company, but I am a member of the forum, and I do speak to the admin team there and everybody else that's on the forum as well. So if you do have any questions and you're not sure about something, you can either post a message in my Facebook groups, or make a comment on my YouTube channel, or basically contact me in the Supercell forum, and I will try to help you if I can, or I will point you in the right direction to the right person. Right now, I'm actually looking at the new pets at the moment, and there's a puppy house. Now, the puppy house is beautiful. The kitten house there as well, I think, is fantastic. And I'm going to put them both in my farm, but actually not get the pets at the moment. Now, you may think that's strange, but I think they look quite cool. Now, the tabby kitten's worth 1 gold and 70 green, and I don't actually have that anymore, so I need to save up for it. But when I do get them, just look at the actions they do. Like, look at it, it's beautiful. It's going to pounce, jumps up in the air as though it's going to catch something. I can't wait. But I've got a long way to go before I build up my green vouchers again for that one. As you can see, I'm going to need 68. Now, I could spend 1,020 diamonds, but no thank you. Right, let's go and have a look at the puppy, shall we? So 8 blue and 36 green. And look at the way he just stands there with his tongue sticking out. Doesn't he look adorable? I think these new pets are fantastic additions to the game. It's just a shame I do not have the vouchers. But the boat event gave me a lot, so I need 7 blue and 34 green for that one. So that's a lot of green vouchers, and I'm so waiting to get them. Right, well, let me give you some information about them. Now, first of all, tabby kittens are animal players. And you can have these kittens on your farm, and basically you have a kitten house. Kittens cost vouchers but yield experience when fed milk, so you're going to need milk to feed your kittens. Kittens are available from level 49 onwards, and the second kitten, so you can have 2, is available from level 58. Oh yeah. So the first kitten from level 49, second kitten from level 58. Now, basically, once you give milk to the kittens, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to wander around your farm for a specific number of hours and minutes. Then they are going to fall asleep. And then once you wake them up, you will receive experience points, just like you do with other animals. Now, will you receive any tools or extra items? I don't know. But for those of you who do have the pets, please do let me know. I would love to know how long they are sleeping for and what kind of rewards they do give. So please do make a note in my comments. Okay, right, let's talk about the puppies. Again, the retriever puppies, as they are called, are also animals that are able to move around your farm, and they can sleep in the puppy house. When you give them bacon to eat, they roam around your farm for about 6 hours and then fall asleep. So, bacon for the puppies. Now that explains why there's a bacon shortage in the UK. Lots of puppies have just been born. Oh my goodness. Now, once you awaken the puppy, according to the information on the wiki, you will get 35 experience points. Cool. And they stay asleep until you actually wake them up. Now, I do love these two little creatures, so please do buy many on your farm and do get them. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, these puppies are available from level 35 onwards. So, level 35 before you get your first puppy. Isn't it great? Now, a little bit about the puppy houses. Okay. They're available from level 35 as well. And they are going to cost you 23,000 gold coins. So, not expensive. They can hold up to 3 puppies, although 2 are only currently available. In relation to the kitten houses, okay, the kitten houses are available from level 49, which is great, and they will cost you 35,000 gold coins. And again, they can hold up to 3 kittens, but again, only 2 kittens are currently available. So guess what? That means more pets in the future. So more baby dogs and more baby cats. Oh yeah, isn't that wicked? Now I'm replying to Supercell here in relation to the problem I had earlier. So update on town problem. When my express came and I made a typo. Oh my god. The passengers vanished from the town. So even though the passengers or the visitors are stuck and not able to go to the platform, they will disappear. So as such, it's not going to be a problem. Until they fix the glitch anyway. Also as well, if your neighbours come to the town and they are picking up visitors, if any of the visitors are stuck, they can still be picked up by your neighbours because they're actually collecting them from the visitor box, and then again they will disappear as well. So please do not worry about any passengers being stuck in the town. They do vanish, and they're not actually causing much of a problem. Even though it is difficult having them stuck in the way. Now, the fact that I know they are not going to be a problem means that I can put my decoration back, and I will do that later. Now, what I want to do is to upgrade my town hall. So I need to buy some blocks. So I'm going to ask my neighbours to help me out here. So I need some stone blocks and some paint buckets. Paint buckets? Paint buckets. Sometimes my fingers are just too fat. So let's see if anybody has them and can help me out. So I need 7 of each. Yeah, and Mangesh has them. Cool. But does he have all 7 or just a few of the items? Now, this upgrade I'm about to do will add 3 more people to my town. But I wonder what it will go up to. Aha, Jody has them as well. Perfect. Now let's do my friend first of all, and then get the items off him, and then later I will go to Jody. Ooh, look what he's done there. I love that design. Look at it. He's used his land to actually spell out the first letter of his name. That's a pretty awesome design. Wow. dude, Mangesh, that was fantastic. And he's doing it again. A slightly different variation, but double M on his farm. Okay, there are the first item I need. Is he going to give me anything else, I wonder? Do, 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 do. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Will anything else be added? This is the problem sometimes. You don't always know when the person has finished giving you the items for the trade. Now, I have seen one idea which somebody else uses, which is actually quite good. So when they start the trade, they use a wheat. When they've added the last item, they actually add a corn. Now, what do you think about that idea? Do you think it makes it much easier to understand when you've finished collecting the items? I think it's pretty neat. So maybe what I might do is suggest that to my neighbourhood as well when we're trading. So add a single wheat to start and add a single corn when we've finished. Now I'm going to tell Jodie I need the items and I will jump to her farm and get them off her. This is one thing I really enjoy about being in a neighbourhood, is the fact that we can support each other. You get to help each other out and you get to see what they've done and what their farms look like. And what I'm looking at now is the little puppy. And doesn't he look so adorable? There he is, sniffing the ground. I wonder what he's found. Maybe he can smell the bone just below the surface. Oh wow, look at that. It's so cute the way he's just running along there. Oh, I want to chase him round her farm. Come on, little puppy, let's play. 2 legs forward, 2 legs back. And look, he has a babysitter. The donkey's watching him. But Mr. Donkey, where is your other baby? So where is the little kitten? Now, the kitten should be moving around the farm somewhere, but where is it, I wonder? Maybe it's hiding. Okay, well, I can't see it, so let's jump to her stall and get the items that Jodie's going to be giving me. And here they are. So, yay, excellent. Thank you very much, young lady. Now, Jodie recently upgraded all of her town, but I wonder, since the new update has come in, has she upgraded all of that as well? But either way, thank you very much. You are a superstar. She gives me so many items. She supports my group really well. I'm glad that she's one of my co-leaders. In fact, I have 2 co-leaders now. And very soon I'm thinking of adding another one. But I need to chat with Jodie and see how she feels about my second or third choice. I think she will like it. And in this case, if you're looking at what she's giving me, she's actually giving me more than I asked for, which is fantastic. So she obviously knows what I need, which is great. I love someone who's so intuitive. So look at all those items. Yay, perfect. Now, where shall I use them? Let's go to the town and do some upgrades. But first things first, let's say thank you. So, thanks. Just going to check now, because she wants to know what else I need. So, town, here I come. Town hall, station, get ready to be upgraded. Now, I'm happy about the upgrades for the town hall. These extra people will bring more opportunities for visitors. So at the moment I'm on 36, plus another 3 here, takes me up to 39. And can I upgrade it anymore, I wonder? Yes, I can. In fact, I can upgrade another 3, so it will take me up to 42. But I'm going to need 1 more hammer and some more paint buckets. Now, this upgrade I'm not happy with. Okay, yes, it gives me some more passengers up to 13 and then up to 14. But, as you will see later when the train does arrive, because it only goes up to 14, the train looks absolutely
awful. I have a new carriage added to the back, but I don't have that beautiful gold bar now running continually along the top of the train, and I only have two windows. No, Supercell, you dropped the clanger here. Please give me one more upgrade for my town. I need it for the train. So 3 more passengers, that's all I ask for. Then I will have a beautiful train with a nice gold bar running along the top and matching windows on every carriage. It feels like I've just dumped any old carriage to the back of my train at the moment. Right, let's go get some more items off Jody. Okay, waiting. While I'm waiting, I can listen to a gramophone. The music's fantastic. There we go. What have we got? Oh yeah, 10 paint buckets for 950 gold coins. Beautiful. Five hammers for 1 gold coin. Oh yeah. Have you updated your town yet? Have you expanded your town hall up to the maximum as well? Have you upgraded your train so it can bring more visitors? With the new derby, okay, some of the events are visitor events. Now, with the visitor events for the derby, you need to remember you will not get the count until you've actually completed all of the tasks that the visitor requires. So, as I said earlier in the video, the ones that you're picking up from your neighbours are the best visitors to have because they only want the one building. So, finish those ones and you get your point added to the number of visitors done. For those that want 2 buildings, you need to do both of those. For those who want 3, you need to do all of those as well. And Mangesh has promised me some items as well, so let's go and get those. Now, this should do me nicely. I need to thank him as well, then go back and do some more upgrades. Okay, station first. Oh, I still need 2 more tar. No! Okay, this one's done. Right, let's have a look. Doesn't it look beautiful? And as you can notice there, the upgrade button is now no longer highlighted. So 42 visitors, that's the maximum your town can have with this latest update. So 42 chances to get lots of coins, lots of experience, lots of rewards. Oh yes. Okay, back to Jody's farm again. Ah, I missed the item. Someone jumped in there and got it before me. Oh dear, that's not good at all, so I better let her know. Missed. Sorry. Sometimes you have to be very fast, or other people jump in. I do wish one day that we had the option of just trading items directly with each other through the neighborhood, without anybody else being able to purchase those items. So maybe the last slot would be a green slot on the stool, and whatever items you add in there are for your neighborhood only. Every other slot is open to people to come along and buy, but when it comes down to your neighborhood, you only have the one slot that's designated the neighborhood slot for trades and exchanging items. In some ways, having an open stall kind of defeats the object when you want to pass items to each other, because people can jump in. They don't know that the items are reserved or being given to someone else. And as we all know, any item that gets added to the stall is up for grabs. Now, I know many groups do the last slot for 1 coin, but at the end of the day, if someone does buy that item, they're not stealing it. They're just doing what other people do and buy something that's a good deal. And I do kind of get a little frustrated when people complain and say, "Hey, someone stole my trade from the last slot," or from other slots. It's a game. Trades will get taken. Don't stress about it. If you just add the one item in at a time, then it reduces your loss. Okay, I've now got the tar, so let's upgrade this one. And I believe I'm now up to 13, and I have one more upgrade to do. So I still need some bricks, and I still need some tar. Once I get those, then basically I am done. Now, why I didn't just add up the total at the beginning and say I need this amount, I don't know. This way is kind of slow. But then again, at the time when I made this video, I didn't know how many upgrades I could do. I knew there was an addition, and now I know how many. But at the time of making this, I wasn't sure. And there's my message just to let her know that I didn't know how many upgrades it was going to be. So I need 11 tar and 7 bricks. So in total, 18 more items, and then I'm fully maxed out for my train and for my town hall. The only upgrades I need to do then are for the buildings, because the new building update means that we can upgrade those a little bit more, which is fantastic. I'm so looking forward to increasing everything up to 60% and reducing the service turnaround down to 40%. That's going to be great. Okay, so the slots stay the same, but think of it this way, 60, 60, 40. Perfect. And that's for every building. For me, I think the best upgrade for service time will be for the B&B, because that one's still a time hog. Every other one gets done reasonably quickly, but that B&B is still many hours. But then again, I suppose if you're staying at the B&B, you need to sleep. Right, how are we doing? So, I've done one task of 5, and oh, sorry, I've got one task left to do, and then I'm almost done. So my group's up to 2,449, but can we maintain our lead, I wonder? I think we can. So we have 17 neighbours online, and that means 17 people are actually doing tasks at the moment. Now, from speaking to some of my neighbours privately, I know that some of them were not able to participate fully during this event because they were busy. But actually, at the end of the day, that's not a problem. Just because you're in my neighbourhood doesn't mean that you have to join in all of the derbies every single time. Okay, it's great because it brings us closer together and it generates a more team-like or competition feel. And we can work together to get some of these tasks done. Now, the first event, the time limit was very, very short, so it felt like a rush. But the second derby that's just started now, okay, is actually for the full week. So we're getting the whole week to get everything done. Now, it's interesting the fact that, again, we're zooming ahead. I think my guys just want to get everything done as fast as possible. And our focus for this second derby has changed. But then again, we did win the first derby, so we're kind of riding on a high at the moment. And one of my neighbours wanted to know how long we will remain at the top before someone beats us. So, can we get gold in every race, I wonder? Now, looking at the scores today, I'm quite shocked. We've been going for quite a few hours, and there are only 2 neighbourhoods that have actually started doing anything. Now, this either means that people are still experiencing problems around the world because of the issues that happened at the end of the first derby, which you will notice later in the video, or it means that they're still sleeping. Now, I actually enjoy looking at the other neighbourhoods and seeing who's in them. So you just saw an example there where I just tapped on the icon for that neighbourhood, and it then allows you to visit. And you just tap on the info, and then it jumps you to that neighbourhood, and you can see who's in it. Now, we can't interact with them. Now, I wish we actually could. It would be interesting to be able to talk to maybe the leader or some of these other neighbourhoods that we're competing against. Because at the moment, it seems very, very cold. Okay, we can see their names, we can see who's in there, but there's no interaction at all. And I would really like to say to the second and third teams, okay, well done, great race, we enjoyed it, maybe we'll race again in the future. But it's not to be at the moment. Now imagine another tab at the top there that would change to a different chat option, so you can then pick and choose the neighbourhood you wanted to talk to. Imagine in the derby if we could give them items as well. Okay, it would kind of defeat the competitive element, but I would really enjoy that. Now, one thing that I would really love to do, and maybe this is a nice option for the future Supercell if you want to consider this, is allow us to choose the neighbourhoods from our friends list that we would like to compete against. So as an example, I have quite a few friends that have maxed out neighbourhoods like we've got, and it would be wonderful to be able to compete against them. Now, okay, some of my friends don't have the maximum 30 people, but I don't see why that will stop us from just having a friendly race. Maybe if they've only got 4 people, we would only enter 4 people. The possibilities for this derby are humongous. We can have so many possible options, or the creative element here could be really, really good. So please do make suggestions. What do you think, people? How do you think Supercell could modify this derby? How could they make it so it's more interactive? How could they make it so we can challenge our friends, maybe? What kind of changes would you like to see in the game? Now you can make comments below my video, as I said, or go to the Supercell site, and on the forum they have a nice little section for ideas. Why not join and add your comments there? They really do appreciate people's suggestions. And as an example, you've just seen the puppies and the kittens. Now someone requested this, and hey, look, Supercell listened, they liked the idea. It gives the farm a better feel, because we do have puppies and we do have kittens on farms. I just hope we don't have baby rats. That I wouldn't be too keen on. Still, I like it. Now, let's get some more resources. Now, I'm starting to think maybe now it's getting close to the time where I need to jump back to my fishing area. I've got my task that's hanging. That orange icon is still sticking out there. It still looks really, really ugly. But there's nothing I can do about that. I wonder, what does it look like when we actually have a diamond offer come up? Does the diamond offer overlap, or does it hang just below this? I'm going to have to wait and see on that one. Now, I've got a wonderful stock of dairy products building up there. But I did notice through some of the activities in this derby, my stocks went down really, really quickly. So you're going to have to make a lot of changes to your playing style if you do want to support each other within this new derby event. You will find that you do need to produce a lot more items just so you can then make them and then exchange them with your colleagues a little bit more. At the moment, okay, if you were just running along nicely, just focusing mainly on your farm and doing the occasional supporting action, it's not going to be enough. You will find now that you need to be doing a lot more work within your farm and not leaving it so long. It's really added a more speedy effect to the game with this new addition. Now, in some ways, I kind of like that because it makes it more interesting. It gives us another step up, another direction we can go to. What changes are they going to do in the future, though? We already can guess that they're going to give us more kittens and more puppies, because the puppy and cat beds can take up to 3. But what else do they have planned, I wonder? Now, if you would like to know what they do have planned and what they're not going to do, there's a fantastic post on the forum, and I can link you to it later, that tells you what they are considering and what they are not considering. So as an example, lots of people have requested that, can we chop down the trees and then use the chopped down trees to make saws and axes? So we want a wood mill. Now, this was one item that's on the list that they said they're not considering. And I do know that some people have created a forum where they would like to get people to vote for some changes. Now, these forums can be very, very nice, but the best place to actually add comments is the Supercell site. Join the site and make your posts there. The more people that make requests there, the more ideas or feedback Supercell gets, and then they can see what people want. It's a much better location. They're not going to be hunting all over Facebook or hunting all over different forums looking for ideas. There are 2 key places to go to where you can exchange information. One is the Heyday wiki. Again, I will add that to the link. It's absolutely fantastic. The updated information is already there for the latest update. It's a work in progress, so please do note that some of the information might not be perfect yet, but it's getting there. Again, do join that if you have information to give. So, for example, recently I added some more images and I updated some of the levels. I'm not the only person that supports it. There are thousands of people around the world that get involved. Why not be one of them? The second place, as I often harp on about, is the Supercell site. It's really worth joining. It's a great community. You can do a lot of things there. You can interact with people, you can trade, you can joke, you can exchange images, you can get ideas, tips, and they can give you advice if you do have problems. Quite often as well, some of the issues that you're experiencing have already come up there. So why not read about it before you start worrying too much? Okay, right, I need to jump to my fishing area, as I said, and that's what I'm going to be doing now, because I want to get some more fish. So, let's have a look. I'm 38 pounds of 100, and I wonder if I can reach my total this time. What fish will I catch? Let's have a look. And hey, the fisherman is joining me. Now remember, sir, this is my derby, not yours. So, 42 pounds. That was a nice catch. And that was a silver. Now, have you noticed that little circle to the top of the picture? It will give you the 3 colours. You'll get the bronze icon, the silver, and the gold, depending on the weight of the fish. It's a good indication. That one's a bronze. Okay, I need to come back in about another 30 minutes before I can get the rest of those. That won't be a problem. But there's still a few slots here that I can get done. Now I'm not worrying about the circle size, as I mentioned before. I just want to catch the weight of the fish here. I need the fillets, so not a problem. Ooh, that one's a gold. Oh yeah. So, shame I've already collected the diamonds on that. Now do remember, the fishing area hut is the building that you should go to see if you have diamonds for any new fish you've caught. There are still many people out there that are not aware of this. So if you're watching this video and you're looking at the fishing part, please tap on the hut. If you haven't collected your diamonds, you will be pleasantly surprised because you may find you have a lot. And in fact, recently I heard that one person, after watching one of my videos, found that they had over 120 diamonds just sitting there. Oh yes, isn't that very, very nice? So it does pay to look. Now I like watching this action of the horses actually running backwards and forwards. I do wish that they would tweak it slightly though. Now it's a possible suggestion. I'm not sure if it's something they will consider. But we know that our horse is the top one. And we know that there are second and third place horses. Now, it would be nice if we could actually see our position from just looking at that front image, without having to go into it and looking here as an example to see where we are. So, if those images of the horses moving backwards and forwards would give us a good indication of our status, it would be really, really nice. And that would be a great option for the game. Now, this is one of the neighbourhoods we're competing against. Now, looking at our one there, you'll see that we've got the gold shield, and the second, third place, and so on back down, they don't have any cups at all yet, so no trophies. The only way you will have a trophy icon is once you reach the first flag post. So when they get to the 1800 mark, okay, which will be very, very soon for them, they will be awarded a trophy. Now, they will get either the silver or the bronze, because we've actually got the gold, until they surpass us. If they get in front of us, then we will get the silver or the bronze, and then they will move up or down, vice versa. When you're actually awarded your trophy later in the game, it will be just to the side of your derby machine, and it looks really good, and I will show you what it looks like later in the video. Right, harvest tasks, 120 potato fields. Now please note, okay, one field will give you 2 potatoes. So when you're harvesting one of those little squares, that is what counts. It's not the amount of potatoes. So if you harvest one field, the 2 potatoes don't count. It's the single field that counts. Now, quite a few people have been surprised. Hey, I got 200 potatoes there. But actually, no, you didn't. You only got 100 fields. So please be aware of that. Because a few people have been caught out thinking they have enough time to get 100 fields done within the time frame before it runs out. No, you cannot do it if you need to regrow another 100 potato fields to get the 200 you might need for the event. So as an example, I'm growing a fruit at the moment. So not a fruit, a crop. And these tomatoes that I'm growing, I need 240 odd tomatoes. So I've got 120 fields. That means I'm going to have to do 2 lots of plantings to get those. So the smaller the size of your land layout for growing produce means it's going to take 2 or 3 or 4 times as long to get the final total. So please think about it very, very carefully. Do pay attention on how many crops you can actually plant. Now, if you're not sure how many fields you've got, a quick way to tell the difference is to plant the wheat. because the wheat grows very quickly. So just empty your plots of land. Okay, check the total for your wheat to start with, and then just plant the wheat. Whatever you have remaining, minus that from your initial total, this will give you how many plots of land you've got. That's how much you can produce each time. Now, did you notice just a little while ago in the video there that when the spot became free again, the actual fish jumped up and scared the bird away? That was such a cool graphic, and that's the first time I've seen that. Usually by the time I jump to the game, it's already gone. Now I'm jumping ahead here. I've cut out quite a bit of the playing because I want to get this task done as quickly as possible so I can move on to my next task. Now I'll probably be doing this a little bit more within the video because once I put all of this together, we're looking at like a 3-hour long video here, and that's quite long, but then again I think it's worth it. There's a lot of interesting things going on and you get to see some of what's happening. Plus you get to listen to my views and opinions. That fish that just jumped out, I want to catch that so badly, but he's a little tricky. Now actually, are the fish he or she, I wonder? Maybe you guys can give me your opinions. So when we're talking about fish, should we say he or should we say she? I know when it comes to ships we say she, but what about fish? That's an interesting question. I will have to research that. Okay, 62 pounds, I'm getting there. Another 38 pounds to go and then this task is done. Yay. Come to me, my heavy fish. Take my lure. Give me your fillets. I had a wonderful fried fish lunch yesterday. It was fantastic. So fried fish, burger, salad, and a nice bed of rice. One of our local chain restaurants called Caesarea, they do a nice 500 yen lunch set. It's nothing special, but there are many choices to choose from. It's a reasonable price, and the restaurant was absolutely packed. I had to wait about 25 minutes just to get a seat yesterday because of the school holidays, and the place was full of young students or young people enjoying their break and having a nice cheap lunch. So, please, young people, stop going to Caesarea during the business lunch breaks. Now, that's one thing about Japanese lunchtime. It's really interesting to see sometimes. So, as an example, lunch break starts at 12 o'clock, finishes at 1 o'clock. Now, all the restaurants will be completely empty before 12, and then after 1 o'clock are completely empty again. But during that 12 to 1 o'clock period, if you're on holiday in Japan, avoid the restaurants, because getting a seat will not be easy sometimes. You may have to wait. But thankfully, most business lunch people get in and out very quickly. It's just places like Caesarea that people tend to stay a little bit longer because they don't encourage you to leave quickly, especially when they have a drink bar for soft drinks or hot drinks, and you can drink as much as you like for a one-off fee. That only costs me 110 yen, and I can drink a lot of soda or a lot of cappuccinos while I'm reading a book or checking my students' homework. It's great, and in fact it's one of the places I often frequent. Now I just wish my dinner had been as delicious. In fact, because I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment, I didn't eat anything in the evening. So maybe I will lose some weight as well. Yay. Okay, 86 pounds. Can I do it before I run out of slots, I wonder? Just another 14 more pounds, so maybe 3 fish. Or am I going to catch one of those that's only a 2 pounder, and then it will take me a lot longer? No! Okay, big circle. It's moving in slowly. And it's going to be a lightweight. Yeah. How about this one? Would it be a heavy one? Ooh, yes, I like catching these ones. These sockeye salmons are often a heavy fish to catch. So during this task, where you want to catch the fish, using the worm lure and aiming for those salmon is one of your best options. Now, what size circle it needs, how fast it needs to be moving for you to get the salmon, I'm not sure. Okay, you've seen me catch a few of these fish during this video. Maybe you noticed, and maybe you can tell me. Okay, right, I need 6 more pounds. Do I have any slots open? Let's have a look. No, I don't believe it. Oh my god. I'm going to have to wait until the cool-off period for this area before I can catch the last 6 pounds. Sugar! Okay, but not to worry. I can start making some more nets and making some more lures. Right, let's jump back to my farm and have a look at the derby and see what else I can do. Have you actually read these messages? I like the messages that come up on these loading screens. There's some useful tips or suggestions. Okay, let's bin these orders that are so low. Now, to bin an order, as I said, okay, it's the elders, team leaders, and co-leaders. And if they're still in the center here, just tap on them, press the bin mark, and then select trash. I will show you an example later of what happens when you're binning a task from actually your side of the board that you've started or failed on. Because there was a glitch in the game later, it gave me a perfect opportunity to show you one of these, because I actually didn't want to waste a task in the game. So in some ways, I'm quite happy that there was a teething problem at the end of this first event. But I'm so happy that Supercell sorted it very quickly, and my trophy looked beautiful. Okay, now, at the end of the day, I don't mind what my neighborhood chooses. Okay, it's just a game of fun. Okay, I'm going to let them choose. But I must admit, I do rip off orders that are lower than 200 these days, especially in the second derby event. Now, I would ask that my members within my neighborhood do the same as well. But as I said, some of these tasks can be quite challenging. So for example, like some of these mining tasks. Now, I've been saving my mining tools, and as a reward at the end of this derby, I collected some of those mine explosives as part of my prizes. Now, I actually not used them. I've actually saved them, so when I do an event, I've got them there so I can get the ores from the mine. But in this case, one of my neighbors chose the mining task, so I gave them the TNT. So I've noticed one thing about this. Now, normally I would just use my TNT or my pickaxe or my shovel and start mining for the ores. Now, because I'm actually holding onto these items and not using them so frequently, the amount of ores I'm getting is now reduced, which means that I'm falling behind in my bracelet and necklace production. And these items are not being sold usually within the paper. Okay, occasionally you'll find the diamond rings, which I usually snap up and keep a stock of about 10 maximum. But we also now need coal for the new hat maker. But you lower levels don't have to worry about that till you get to level 70. But for us upper level guys, okay, we need coal to make hats. So what you're going to have to start doing, basically, guys, is exchanging your explosives and tools between each other for the mine. Let the person who's doing the task collect the ores, and then let them sell the ores to you or give the ores to you, as I've done in this event. This will then allow you to actually produce your bracelets and metal bars within the game. Now, the only downside as well, by giving your items to your neighbours, you're not going to get the diamonds from the mine. So, I need to think about this very, very carefully. But actually, I don't mind. I've got lots of diamonds, so giving over my tools for the mine to my neighbours, it's not going to hurt me. 1 or 2 diamonds fewer than usual, not a problem. I'm kind of lucky. I've got 200 plus in the kitty at the moment. Now, for those of you who don't remember how I got a majority of those diamonds, basically I won the forum event back in December, which gave me a large amount of diamonds. So it was very good. From looking at that picture, you can see I have a lot of land plots. Now, for someone like myself, as I mentioned earlier, okay, doing the harvesting is actually an easier task, but it can be challenging when you've got to wait quite a few hours for tomatoes to grow. In fact, how much time do I have left before I can reach my first achievement in my new derby? I better double check the game. Sugars I'm finding I'm using a lot more of since this derby started. The same with syrups. Because I've been spending more time in the town as well, I'm finding that I'm going through my resources very, very quickly. So again, that's another game change play I need to consider. Okay, my tomatoes will be available in 1 hour and 21 minutes. I've even got visitors who are asking me for tomatoes as well. So she must know that I have some on the go. Now, how are we doing in the new events? Well, according to the new derby, we've got 6 days and 5 hours left, and my team is up to 3,801 already. So we've already passed the first flag, and we have our gold trophy. Number 2 has started, they have 61 points. Number 3 has started, they are on 50. No one else has started the derby out of all of the other neighbourhoods. Now, maybe there is still a glitch in the system, I don't know. But I'm really hoping that if there is a glitch, that it doesn't cause us any issues. Right, from looking at my train now, you'll see the last carriage has been added because I've upgraded by the 1. I still need to upgrade to the second train, but I don't have all of those items yet. And as you notice from looking at that, okay, it kind of looks ugly until you've upgraded everything. Get collecting more visitors points. Sending away the 3 people. Now, on my YouTube channel, someone asked me, why do I send the 3 buildings away? One is because of resources. They're actually asking to visit 3 buildings at one time, and that's a lot of resources that they're using. 2, it's the time consideration. So as an example, like if you've got one person who wants to go to 3 buildings and the B&B is one of those, you're talking like 10 hours as such before you get all of them done. Now, if I'm just choosing 2 people, that reduces the time turnaround down by half, if not a lot more sometimes, depending on the buildings they're asking for. So my turnaround time is much, much faster. At the end of the day, sending someone to 3 buildings just gets me extra XP or extra coinage, and a few extra reputation points. Now that's nice, but I'm in no rush. Uh, Personally, I'd rather just get the prizes, because I'm finding they're more useful for expanding or doing many other things. And now with the new Derby event, okay, we're looking to turn visitors around a much, much faster time. Uh, so I'm collecting more visitors from my neighbours these days. Uh, and I'm aiming for those neighbours that have a lot more visitors. So if they've just got 1 or 2, I'm going away and coming back later. Now, because there is a glitch in the game where the visitors are not standing on the platform, usually I would just look at the platform, see there's half a dozen people waiting, and then tap on the town and pick them up. But now, because they're not all waiting there, I'm having to tap the station, just to identify who's waiting within the town that can be picked up as well. So please note that the visitors on the platform do not represent those that are waiting to be picked up. You now have to tap on the station just to see who is available elsewhere within the town. Now, my neighbour here, Vinter, often has a lot of people to be picked up. They are very active in the town, so I reckon they must be doing a lot of visitor events. That must be a great way to level up very, very quickly. Plus, the good thing about jumping to people's towns, I can check the treasure chest that's floating on the ocean, and maybe I will get the diamonds. Now, the diamonds don't come so often, but they do come often enough. But I do get a lot of rewards, as you will occasionally see. Okay, it looks like I'm some resources short again, so I'm going to have to jump back to my farm later and get them. In some ways, I kind of like the town, because it does help me to focus on what I need to produce more of. Now, what tips do you have for making sure you keep a good amount of stock within your barn? Do you look at the barn and see what is low at the bottom when you scroll down and think, okay, I don't have any of those, I need to start producing? Or do you jump to each machine, tap on the items and see what you have and say, no, I've got 10 of those, I can forget that? Uh, or do you do the same kind of thing with and say, no, okay, I need 20 or 30 of those? What amounts do you like to keep in your barn? With the animal feed, how much animal feed do you like to keep? Now that my barn is basically empty most of the time, because I got rid of all the expansion materials that I would use for the town or for the silo or the tackle box or the barn, and I'm just passing those on still. I'm finding I have a lot more space within my barn for general produce. So I'm keeping lots of animal feed. And then I'm finding that by doing this, it's much, much easier when it comes to collecting the produce, because I've got a good balance in stock for when I next need to feed my animals. Now, do you harvest the bacon or the eggs from your animals as soon as they're ready? Or do you just wait until you need them and then start collecting again? Remember, your barn has a capacity. Now, you don't have to collect the items from the machines, you don't have to collect the items from the animals, or you don't have to collect the items from the trees and bushes. They are another storage location. And it's okay to actually pile up items if you've got a good idea on what you are going to need later in the game. Now, sometimes that's a quite effective way. And I think one of my colleagues on the Supercell forum, Tigger, made a really good post about this. I will have to find it and link it to this video for you guys to have a look at, because she gives you a really good guide on how to actually load up the machines and leave the items there to be collected later. And this helps to reduce filling up the barn. Okay, chopping down some more bushes. Now, ever since I sent Tom away to get axes, I'm getting so many axes in the game. It's fantastic. So my stocks are not being depleted as fast as they were before. However, I am finding that I don't get enough saws now. So, Supercell, can you adjust the settings again, please, and give us more saws? Now, adjusting the settings is often what many people request. Like a while ago, we had a lot of maps showing up on all of the stalls, and people were complaining that there were too many maps and they didn't like it. So Supercell listened to all your requests and they adjusted. And guess what? Maps have now become a very rare item that are difficult to find. So be careful what you wish for, everybody, because sometimes if you ask the company to tweak the settings, it may tweak it so much that the item you are looking for is almost non-existent. So now we have hundreds and thousands of new players that are saying, hey, I can't find any maps anymore. Where are the maps in the game? Guess what? Please blame the older players for that. Now, I must admit, though, okay, maybe a tweak was necessary, but maybe just a short-term tweak, and then resetting it back the way it was later. I'm not sure how much hard work that is, but I know with like the pachinko parlors here in Japan, this is a place where you can go there and play a ball game. And it's very popular with many Japanese men. They go there, they play the machine, and then they get little metal balls, which they then exchange for prizes. Now, I do know that the pachinko parlors here, they tweak the settings of the machines. So what may be a good payout on one machine today won't pay out a large amount another day. And they will change it to another machine. So basically, people don't hog the same machine. It's then moved around. Now, if you're friendly with the staff, they usually give you a good indication on which machines are the better ones to go to. And then you can actually go there, play those machines, and get a few more metal balls. Now, maybe this is a suggestion for Supercell. Every now and then, tweak the game. So one item becomes rare, one item becomes very common, and then do this on a rolling cycle. So maybe this could be someone's task within the organization to actually adjust the settings every now and then for specific items. Right, let's jump back. Now, you've just noticed there my team's position. We're still in first place with the gold. The silver and bronze medals have been, trophies have been awarded. So we now have a race. But can they catch up? Can they overtake our horse before we get to the finishing line within the 3 days? No, they can't, because my team's awesome. Now, because I'm using a lot more materials or produce because of the derby helping out my neighbours, I need to make sure my machines have their production lines full up. This requires a lot of resources and a lot of time management. How much time extra are you spending playing the game at the moment? Have you noticed any differences? Or are you ignoring the derby and just getting on with playing the game normally? Overall, what's your view on it? Okay, now you just saw there a Game Center request message pop up. Now, yes, I'm on Game Center, and if anybody would like to friend me, okay, remember I only have spaces for 500 people, and I do remove people if they haven't been playing for a while. Now, for me, I'm only looking for Game Center friends that play Heyday. If you're not on Heyday all the time, okay, then there's a possibility you will disappear if you don't play regularly. So play the game, it's good fun. Now, what is my Game Center ID? It's Red Knight. That's capital letters, and it's R3DKNIGHT. So Red Knights. If you want to friend me on Facebook, you'll probably find that's a better option. Please do send me requests, and I accept everybody. And then hopefully when I need help with my trees like you've just seen, you will be the one that comes up and then helps me. Now, my neighbour Sam needs help, so let's check his chest first of all. Nothing there. Okay, he needs help with his boat. Now, what can I do? Spicy pizza, juices, no problems. Let's give it to him. Shall I do the last one? Yep. Okay, that's 4 crates done. My boat score is updated, and my friend Sam is now ready to go. I wonder if he has the items for the last part, though. Okay, because I just gave him loads of pizzas, I better get some more in. Now, usually I keep about 6 or 7 pizzas stocked up, because I don't actually get that many requests, and when I do, it's not that challenging to sort out. I've also been using lots of apples recently for some of the apple pies and for the juices, so I guess I better start planting some more trees. Now, I like to keep a nice balance on my farm, give it that more naturistic approach. And having trees in different locations is very, very important. But the only downside is the source. Whenever I see fruit sold in the newspapers for whatever value, I tend to buy it. So, hey everybody out there, please sell more fruit, then I don't have to cut down my trees so often. It's much better for me. Right, now I'm getting close to the point where I'm liking what I'm doing here. I still want to make sure there's enough space between the machines and the trees so my animals can move around. And it feels like a farm where I can go from one place to another place very, very easily. Or maybe hide from the wife on the farm when she's looking for me. So, out of sight, out of mind, as they say. Right, now I'm jumping to someone else's farm here because I wanted to see what the derby looked like before you reached the level. And as you just noticed, it's still in the crate. And when you actually get to the right level, I believe the game will unpack it for you. At the same time, we've got a new boat event starting, and one good thing about the boat events and the derby, they can run together, and by doing the boat event, you can actually do some of the tasks in the derby. So, for example, if my task here was to complete boats, every time I do a boat, it counts towards the total for the event, but it also counts towards the total for the derby. So I get 2 hits here with 1 stone as such. It's great. So double the points, okay, basically for doing one activity. Now, if I've got an event like this one that's for 10 boats, and I'm doing a task for 10 boats, fantastic. So not only do I get the rewards from this, but it helps my team towards achieving their derby total as well. Right, now some of the boats from that event were very good, some of them were not. Now another thing you may have noticed is the Wheel of Fortune. Now my Wheel of Fortune when it came up had the golden well, and I so wanted to get it. So I missed it the first time, so let's spend some diamonds and try it again. Now while I'm doing this, I'm actually sitting on the train going to work.
And because I live in Japan, from my home to where I work, there are some tunnels. So I'm hoping to get this done before I actually get into the tunnel. So I want to get this reward as quickly as I can. Now I'm spinning here, and I'm not really doing some large spins, just small ones, hoping that it will land on the well. And each time I'm losing, I'm spending some diamonds to actually give myself another chance. But too late, I reached the tunnels before I could actually finish. Now this meant that my connection was lost, and basically because my connection was lost, the data hadn't been saved. So it reset for me. So guess what? I get another chance at going for the well, and I don't have to spend any extra diamonds. So awesome. I was so lucky. Now, this time I didn't do small spins, I actually did the larger spins. And for some reason, the larger spins seemed to help when it come to winning this prize, as you're about to see in a minute. Now, I was thinking, okay, because I'd already done it once, are the prizes pre-chosen for me? And, okay, am I going to have to spend the same amount of diamonds each time just to get that final prize? But it's interesting to see what will happen. Now I'm still spending the diamonds, and as you can see here, I'm not really getting the prize. I'm getting some other nice items, and it's costing me the diamonds. But I've got the choice. I can spend a lot of diamonds to go for the golden well, or I can risk it with this one with a few diamonds. Let's see what happens. And oh yeah, look at that. I won the golden well. That's going to look awesome in my town. Now, some people got the golden well, some people got the golden chair. It depends on what actually came up on your Wheel of Fortune. Everybody had the chance of getting it, and I hope that you actually got yours. Considering how much it actually cost to purchase, spinning the Wheel of Fortune was an easy way of getting it for fewer diamonds. Right now, my fishing area is open, and I need 6 more pounds to get the 100 total. Can I do it on my first fish? Okay, this one's a bit of a fighter, but the circle's too fast, so no, that's going to be a Hushin, I think. Yes, and that one's only a measly 2.3. So this next one should be it for me. So I'm on 97 pounds. Okay, the circle's a little slower. Okay, not so much of a fight. And there we go. The orange banner comes up. Plus 275 points for my team. And that is 100 pounds of fish caught. Yay! One task completed. Don't you just like it when that happens? Now, remember that if you are doing the fishing one, you want to make sure you have as many spots open as possible. If you've only got 1 or 2, I would strongly recommend not going for a £100 catch. Even though we've got many days, okay, you're looking at a nice cool down period of about 2 hours every time, and then you're only catching 2 fish or 3 fish at a time. It's going to take a long time. You need to be reasonably good at mathematics to balance this new derby activity. Right, let's see what happens. So, 275 points added. That means my team has now got 4,957. And we are only 43 points from the 5,000 mark. Yay. Second place and third place are very competitive with each other. They're in the 3,000 range. Will they be able to catch us up, though? They only need another 1,500 points. And we're almost to that 5,000 mark, and I need to choose another task. So that one's done and get rid of it, but what should I do, I wonder? Should I go for the boat tasks? Now, I don't like the boat tasks, because basically they're 4 hours between every single boat. My personal preference for myself is the crops, the trucks, or the town visitors. I actually hate the boat ones. Because quite often you're sending the boats away and then there's another 4 hours between the boats. That time really does add up. Uh, so my preference again is visitor ones. So in this case, I'm now starting to trash some of them because I don't want the low-level ones on there again, as I said. Even though I'm trashing them, I might have to think about this again. There was an interesting question posed on the Supercell site about the unfairness. So what they meant in this case was that some of the people within the neighbourhood are participating and helping out, and some of the members aren't. And when that neighbourhood actually wins prizes, everybody gets the prizes. So the person in question says, okay, basically, why should they get the prizes? How about we have a sign-up option so people within the neighbourhood can sign up, say they'd like to do the derby or not? Now, I kind of disagreed with this sign-up option. Now, okay, within my neighborhood, I've got people who are active a lot. I have some members who are still at school, and some members whose parents don't allow them to use their devices all the time. I currently also have one member who's just broken his device. Now, am I going to remove these people from my neighborhood? No, I'm not, because they're still part of my team, they're part of my group. I'm aware of what they can or can't do. Okay, I'm a level 86. This means that I'm more advanced than some of them. We have lower level players within our neighborhood that we are developing and helping to expand their towns and farms up to a higher level as well. And basically, we're getting comfortable with each other. Now, if two or three of them are not able to do many tasks, is that a problem? Not at all. As long as they kind of let us know whether they can do tasks or not, then maybe we can make allowances for that. But there are other ways of helping if you can't do the tasks. Like with the mine as an example, someone chooses a mine task, you just pass over your resources. If someone's doing a boat task, okay, you give them items to help with their boats. You don't actually have to do the tasks yourself to support your group. Now, okay, I've been ripping off the low-level task or low-score tasks as well. Now, maybe I should leave them on there. What do you think? If I've got a team member that's not so advanced, maybe a 290 odd point task is too challenging. Maybe I should leave a task that only requires 77 points because it's something that they can do to help the group. At the end of the day, points are very useful and they take you towards the prizes. And I still want my members to be able to make and to gain from this neighborhood experience. Okay, right, the derby game is a new event, so we're all quite excited. We're all very involved within these derbies, and we really want our neighbourhoods to get on board. Okay, within the Facebook community, I'm seeing people that are very competitive and we're very proactive towards this. But maybe other neighborhoods are not so competitive and they don't really mind so much if they're not getting the higher points. It's just the participation that is enjoyable. So each neighborhood has to think very carefully about how it wants to work. Do you remove people that don't join in the activities? Do you keep them knowing that they will help out in other ways? Are they your friends and family? Have you built up a good bond? And can you make allowances for them not being able to support you? Again, the decision is yours, but leave some comments in my notes below this video. Let me know your viewpoints. Tell me about your neighborhoods and what your focus is, how you're actually dealing with problems or situations and getting people involved. Right, now I'm back in my town. I've got a visitor event I'm doing, and 7 of 17 so far. And I've just scrolled down through my decorations to find my golden well. Now, if I'd bought this golden well, it would have cost me 59 diamonds. So spending a few extra diamonds on the Wheel of Fortune was not a big deal, considering that I did win it, and it saved me a lot of diamonds. Now, where is the regular well? I think I've passed it, so I need to scroll back down. Yes, I did. Let's go back down again.
and then we can talk about the differences between the two. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Almost there. Ah, there it is. Okay, so 1 well stored. Let's take that one out. Now, the normal well will cost you 1 blue and 2 green. And if we put them side by side, you can see the differences. Now, the regular well has a really nice brick pattern effect to it. But the actual gold well itself, if anything, it's a little bit too rigid. It's nice, but the design, I would have preferred like the original style design around the walling, but with the gold colour. I think I would have preferred that a little bit more, considering that everything else is very similar. Do they look good together? Yes, they do. Now, I'm currently at level 20 within the town, and this new derby activity is making me focus a little bit more on my town and spending more time back here again. Okay, I'm not really saving up the resources to expand my town yet, because having all the resources will just take up barn space. I can get them later once I reach level 21. So I'm collecting a few items, and I did my town hall and I did my train station, but the buildings, they can wait till much later. Right, exclamation mark, I need butter, I need apples, I need some other items as well. So apples first of all, that one's very easy. Okay, got some of those. I love eating those. Now, butter I'm not going to have for a long time, so I'm going to have to request some help, I think. I should ask my neighbours if they have any spare butter, and then I can give it back to them later. Ooh, I've got 36 gift cards. Now, I do help people out. I go to their farms and I help them revive, or I fill crates. And I've got all of these thank you letters, and inside those thank you letters were 5 thank you cards. So, yay. And I've just requested a nice little package which the postman will deliver very, very soon. Anything good in the paper for me? No, everything's back to wheat and eggs again. I'm hoping the derby doesn't affect the newspaper ads as much as it would usually do during like the truck events or the boat events that we have. Because usually when we have events, the items being sold are really decreased. I'll get bolts in that package, and I got 4 of them. That's nice. I can sell those to someone or donate them to neighbourhood members. Have you noticed any differences with the newspaper ads since the derby started? Are fewer items now appearing? Or are you noticing a better variation within the paper? Maybe we should ask Supercell to tweak the newspapers again, just so we can make some more items rare to find, or increase others. Now, my first activity for my new derby was tomatoes, and I planted both of these fields, and planting tomatoes takes many, many hours to harvest. So to get the quantity required, we're looking at like 15 hours worth of waiting there. So you really do need to plan very carefully. I'm glad I did it as the first task and not the last one. Right, now I can feed these people, give them what they want. I still need milk. I forgot that one. Still need butter. Okay, so help me please, I need butter. So I need 5 milk and 3 butters. Who can help me please? Okay, message posted. I just now have to wait for a response. I wonder if anybody is online. TX needs some lobster tails. Do I have any? Am I out of them, I wonder?
I will have to check. Because of the fishing event I didn't plant or cast in many lobster traps, but I did make a few, so I have a feeling they won't be ready for a few hours. Okay, looks like nobody's around at the moment, or they're busy. Okay, ice cream's got some. Yeah, okay, I'm on my way to my neighbour's farm here, so let's visit. So, welcome to Ice Cream for Life's farm. There's the new Derby machine just sitting there next to the neighbourhood house. Well, lots of nice items sold there. Okay, what's appeared? Yay, butter and 45 coins. Sweet. Thank you very much. That was really kind of you. Now, am I going to get any butter? Okay, if you ever need a reminder on how much time, as you've just seen there, just tap on the little post-it note image, and you can see how much time is remaining. Okay, butters as well, and only 69 gold coins. Ice cream, you're awesome. Thank you very much for your kindness here. Yes, I got the butter. I got it. And thank you very much. Woohoo! Now, both items can be given to my visitors. I can jump back to my town, fill their requests, and get more visitor points when they are finished and complete my task much, much faster. Now, normally I probably would have waited until my own butter had been ready, but because this is an event-based activity, I want to get the other 10 visitors done as soon as possible. And the grocery store is a fast turnaround. And Neighbourhood Derby, you gained a Derby horseshoe. You will all get more rewards when the Derby ends. So I have a feeling that we now got to the 5,000 mark. So it appears when you actually reach a flag post, okay, you get a message pop up in your neighbourhood chat to let you know. And I actually didn't notice that. So I must have missed the first one when it happened. Cool. I wonder if they've made a comment on that on the Heyday wiki. I might have to take an image shot and share it with them. Okay, they're looking for 2 carrot juice, 3 cornbread, 1 cherry juice, a spicy pizza, or a blackberry muffin. I think I can do that. So, ice cream, come on over. Come for all. Let's jump back to my farm and service, my friend. Open up the stall. Ooh, but I forgot what I've got to give. Scrolling down. Okay. 2 juice for 1 coin and then put it in. So what else do I need? Okay, 3 cornbread, 1 cherry juice. Down, 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 down. Okay, I've got 18 cornbread, so not a problem. Let's reduce the price on that one down to 1 coin as well and add that and collect the 1 coin from the last one. Cherry juice, there it is, nice and easy. Now I was actually adding them in for 1 coin here, but my friend came on and said later, hey, just add them at base price, that's fine. Now, I must admit, adding at base price is much, much easier. It certainly makes it much faster. And then people actually interrupting your trades are going to be fewer. Because by the time we reduce everything down to 1 coin, there's a strong possibility that someone may have jumped in, or maybe your friend gets pulled away from their game. So just base price could be much simpler. I might have to ask my team about that. So from now on, no more 1 coin transfers. We just add at base price and let it go at that. And then that will make it much easier for everybody. Now, what do you think, though, everyone? Should we sell for 1 coin within our neighbourhoods? Should we do it for base price, or should we do it for full price? What ways do you handle things within your neighbourhoods? I know one of my friends, they actually have a kind of like a storage barn. So everybody donates towards the barn, and then at some stage they can take items from that barn to upgrade their farm or deal with specific tasks or activities. Is this something you do? Have you expanded the barn on 1 or 2 of your neighbours' farms just so you can add items? Right, it's time for an update. Now, there's the horseshoe that we just got, and we're 5,135 of 8,300. Number 2 is 3481, and number 3 is 2785. And it looks like 3rd and 4th place are in a fight there. Okay, there's our second set of rewards. Now, from looking at the rewards, I wonder what I should choose later. Now, I do know that we're going to end up with 4 rewards by the time I finish this video. We didn't get the last one, but that's understandable because it was our first attempt. Maybe with the second derby we will actually complete all of the prizes. But what should I choose? Should I use the diamonds to actually shuffle the prizes? Now, for this video, I'm not going to shuffle. I'm just going to pick and select. But maybe for another video in the future, I will give you an example of what happens when we shuffle. But then again, we've already seen that in the introduction video from Supercell. So I don't really need to show you a game. Okay, I need to give my friends some apples. They want 14, so 2 lots of 7 will be very, very easy. Come on, 1 more set to go, then we're done. So last 7 added, please do buy them. Come on, they're waiting before someone comes in and steals the apples. I love apples. I could eat one every day if I had the chance. But then again, I like bananas too, and it's a hard choice. Should I eat a banana for breakfast, or should I have an apple? Very, very difficult. Okay, now I know why there was a delay. Someone's silo was full up. Yes, that can be a problem when you're buying items. You go to the store and, whoa, fantastic! 10 nails, 10 screws, 10 tapes, and you tap on it and then it says, barn full up. And then, oh my god, by the time you sell something and make space, you run back to the store where those items were on sale and they are gone. Oh, isn't that such a terrible thing to happen? Now, in this case, it wasn't too bad. It was just 7 apples, but that's okay. Now, I'm talking about my golden well, but for some reason, it doesn't like my language. So, let's try that again. Okay, it doesn't like but cheaper. So let's do it individually. So, but. Oh, sometimes the language filter is a little bit messed up. So, how could that be classed as a bad word, I wonder? But cheaper. Very, very strange. few more items to add to my stall and to pass on. So Raspberry Mocha trying to get the truck orders done today, and I'm the resource. Now, basically, yes, I am the resource. Like I said earlier, not all of my neighbors have the time and the energy or the resources sometimes to do everything. They may be busy. One of my, as I mentioned earlier, some of my neighbors are young. One of my neighbors is a gymnast and basically very, very busy on the weekends or during certain times of the week. Myself, okay, I'm working, and it's very, very difficult. Now, at the moment of doing this, I'm traveling by train, and I do a lot of playing when I'm on the trains here in Japan. The only time it's not easy is when I hit a tunnel, and then usually that causes me problems because I lose connection. But as I found earlier in the video, hitting the tunnel was really beneficial. Yay, I got the golden well. Wasn't that awesome? So, you must admit, losing connection sometimes can be beneficial. But not always, though. Especially when you're buying something. Now, speaking of buying, I'm about to jump to one of my friend's farms and purchase some items from him. My mate Derek is going to be selling me some expansion materials, and once I get those expansion materials, I'm going to jump to my town and start focusing on my train because I need to upgrade my station. And that will be the last upgrade I'm going to do in the town for quite some time. I also need to put the walls back in and basically redecorate my town the way that I wanted it, because I don't like the fact that I took out the walls earlier to try to resolve the problem that occurred within the game. Now, Supercell is aware that there are some bugs since the update, and that's one of those they've actually made a list of. If you want to know what other issues they've identified or have been reported, if you go to the Supercell site, you can actually find a nice little section in the help and support that will tell you any of the problems that they are aware of and what they are doing about it. It's a great little focus point. Again, all of these things that I'm talking about that I mentioned from the Supercell site, I will link in the comments. If you do want to go and have a look, please do click on the links. They are good ones. Okay, right. Now, let's get those items I need, and let's jump to my town and upgrade my train a little bit more. Now, here comes the train, and if we look at the train as it's coming in, you'll see that there's just the one window on there, just your standard normal design carriage. As you know from before, I don't like that. Now, I'm also collecting some of the visitors, because I need 17 visitors to finish off this task. That will not be a problem for me. Balancing out the tasks, choosing what we like to do, it makes it much easier, and I'm really happy doing these ones. So, town visitor task completed, 264 points added. Oh yeah, and still many more visitors to be added. Let's just collect all their rewards and their bonus points and their heart reputation points and the XP and all of the free gifts, because I can sell those or use those later. Okay. Almost everybody done. Let's just send them to their buildings. Send the 3 away. Keep the 2s. Of all of the tasks that we're doing, I must admit the town ones are my favourite. My second favourite ones would be the fish ones. I kind of like doing these, and they're the ones I tend to focus on. At the end of the day, the choice is yours, which one you want to do, which is easier for you based on your neighborhood, which is easier for you based on what you're able to do within the time frame. You've got 6 days, so there is no rush. Take your time, enjoy it. And remember, you do not have to compete in every derby. The one I'm currently doing at the moment, there are literally only 3 teams that are doing anything. All of the others haven't even started yet, and a whole day has gone past. Whether that's because of the problems they've been experiencing, or maybe the derby's not something that they want to do. Maybe they are dead neighbourhoods. That might be something that Supercell needs to look into in the future. Identifying which neighbourhoods are still alive and which ones are not. Okay, right, 17 visitors done. Oh, look at that, 6,331 points of 8,300. Yay, my team is motoring ahead here. And I do not believe we can be caught at this stage, even with 3 days still left on the clock, unless we really do something silly like give up, but that's not going to happen. Now, what should I do for my next event? Should I do a fishing task? No, let's throw that in the bin. Shall I do a visitor task? No, let's chuck that one in the bin as well. How about a tomato one? Nope, let's throw that one in the bin as well. Now, choices, choices, choices. What shall I do? I kind of like the truck one. So 155. Okay, second place is 3,800 behind. But what should I do? It's a difficult decision. What's your favourite task, actually? What do you like to do? Do you like to focus on one specific activity, or do you like to pick and choose? Now, for the next few events, I'm actually jumping backwards and forwards between the different ones just to see which are more comfortable. And then I'm going to create a guide giving advice and feedback, which I will upload to the forum later as well. Okay, back to my town. Let's do it. So I can upgrade this. I have all of the items, and yay, my train is now maxed out to 14. Please change this to 15 as soon as possible, Supercell. 14 is not the right number for the train carriages. But I'm not going to complain too much because it means I get some more visitors. And my train station is now level 12. Yay. Town halls are level 12 as well. That's upgraded fully as well. So I'm quite happy about this. So I'm going to tell everybody, I think. So now my train is up to 14 passengers. Mustn't forget the S. Town hall 42. Oh yeah, I'm awesome, and so is my town. And I do not like not having the wall there. I really need to add it. And here I go. I've jumped ahead. My train is now arriving so we can see what the new carriage looks like. And there you can see it. A silver bar with 2 windows. And the rest of my train was a beautiful gold colour. I'm so disappointed now. I don't like that. And I can't upgrade it anymore. No. Now notice as well how I've added the wall back, and before I had a hydrant and bicycles, now I've actually added kegs and hay bales, and I think it gives it a more farm town kind of appeal to it. I've also added some of the rocks from the latest update, so I'm quite happy with the new ornaments that we've been given. The little tree stump with the toadstool goes really nicely. I've moved one of my wells closer to the gift shop, and I've modified my town hall location and the way it's actually laid out a little bit more. So I hope you like my new design layout. Please do visit my town if you get the chance and have a look, because it looks wonderful if I do say so myself. Okay, now that's done, I better start just sending the visitors back to the buildings. Now, even though I was thinking about doing another task, I'm actually not going to. I've completed all my 5 tasks for this event. Now, should I spend the 10 diamonds and do the 6th task? No, I chose not to this time. At the end of the day, I don't really want to be using the diamonds for this. And I'm going to reserve maybe that action till much, much later, when my team actually needs a few extra points just to get in the top 3 maybe. Now, okay, all my 5 turns have been done. I can't actually participate anymore in this derby. Or can I? Actually, yes, I can. What I can do is now start supporting the rest of my neighbourhood. I can give them the resources. I can finish off my visitors in my town so they can pick up the visitors from my platform. Once I've got a load of visitors ready that would like to jump to another platform, I can let them know and say, hey guys, I've got like 10 people here waiting to be picked up. Again, this will support my neighborhood so they can complete their tasks. Do let each other know these things about your town or about your farm so everyone else can interact together. You're trying to make it much simpler and easier for yourself. You're not alone in any of these activities, remember that. Now I'm just going to keep playing as normal, keep opening the chest and getting my TNT and dynamite, etc. And that can be used or saved later for other mining events. Doesn't my wall look much better now? I'm so glad I put it back. Those kegs and the hay bales, they give it a nicer feel, I personally think. I'm satisfied with that. Okay, let's send those to the towns as well. And then afterwards I'm going to message one of my team just to say that I've got some passengers that can be picked up. That all depends on who's doing the task though. Now I do know by the time we finish this event, not all the tasks will be finished. And that's not really an issue. At the end of the day, okay, as long as the guys are getting the points, as long as they're getting experience and they're able to enjoy themselves, that's all that really counts. If I can support them anymore or other members in my team do, then we will do so. I'm really pleased with the way that my neighbourhood has developed and the way that they've actually come together. Without a good neighbourhood, you can't really compete well in this derby. Remember, you're not by yourself. Now, okay, my new flying saucer, or shall I say my hat machine, has just reached its first star. So I can now get an extra 10% for anything that I sell. So fantastic. Okay, I've got 10 cloches, 5 sun hats, so I need to make some more of those. And I've got 10 top hats. Looks like I'm out of wool, so I better get some more off my sheep. Now at the moment I have 15 sheep, 15 pigs, 15 cows, and 8 goats. Plus 3, 6, 12, 18 hens. What I would like to do, and I'm hoping will change at some stage in the future, is we actually get more livestock. Especially now that we've got this derby, okay, and as an example, like for those of us who are level 70, with the new hat maker, we are going to need more resources. Now, if we had more livestock, for some of the tasks that we've got to do, it would be so much easier. Or a little bit more comfortable maybe if we had a few more animals. Or maybe another option is not so much getting more animals, but maybe adjusting the time slightly. So the turnaround from feeding them till when you can then start collecting their produce is much shorter. The potential for tweaks or adjustments in the game now that we've got this new derby activity, I think there are quite a few. And what I think people should start doing is suggesting ways to actually tweak the game or maybe make the game so it's more comfortable and natural. Okay, now I keep forgetting that we've got this boat event going on at the same time. And you just saw there that I had 6 of 7 bolts there. Now, if I'd done one of these boat tasks, I probably could have finished that boat event by now. And I would have had the little orange icon stuck up there telling me what to do. But I'm out of tasks, so I can't actually do that. But I'm still going to keep going with my bots.
Now, what have I learned from the game so far? Well, I've learned a couple of things. One, that basically, as a neighborhood, you need to be communicating. You need to be talking to each other and telling each other what you've got or what you need and sharing more resources. So, in some ways, it's brought us closer together for that. Two, okay, you need to be more aware of time management. Basically, knowing what you can do with the resources that you have, or with the land that you have, or with the animals that you have. You need to be able to think about, okay, what do I need to expand to make the game easier for me to do these tasks? You need to be able to just choose a task wisely based on that. I've also learned that because we are all different levels and from different backgrounds, that sometimes some of my team can be playing, other times they may not be able to. So for those of us who are maxed out, we need to support the lower ones a little bit more. So maybe we take the more challenging tasks, and for those that are lower down or with limited time, they take the smaller tasks. So I must not be ripping off all of the orders. Maybe setting a target of over 200 has been a little bit too much for some of them. Because at the end of the day, if they can't complete their tasks, then there's no points for us. And maybe it's better to get 90 or 100 points and get that 5 times than it is to get 200 and nothing else. Those are some things, really. Now I'm going to be making a guide at some stage for this derby, putting down some of these suggestions and explaining the game a little bit more. So when someone does pick it up brand new in the future, we've got a nice little guide other than the wiki, which we can use to give a good indication on how to play or ideas and suggestions to make it much, much easier. Now, I've already started in my Facebook group. I've been adding some tips for some of the activities. And a few people do find those tips appreciative. And they've said thank you, and some have even corrected my vocabulary or my spelling, because I must admit, typing from a phone is not always the easiest thing sometimes, as you've seen from the spelling mistakes I often make when I'm chatting. Now, please excuse my voice as I've made this video. You can see from my top comment there that I'm actually not 100% at the moment. I have a cold. It's the first time I've caught a cold in as many years as I can remember. In fact, I can't remember the last time I was ever sick. It's really unusual. Maybe just for lack of sleeping recently, because I've had a lot on my mind, planning of lessons, homework checking, and then the abrupt change in the weather we had recently just hit me for six. Still, I'm getting better, and hopefully I'll be back at work tomorrow. I sure hope so, because I'm going to be teaching my kindergarten, and I know the kids would like to see me because they're going to be graduating soon, and I'm going to miss them. But when the term starts again, I will have a new class to start teaching English to, and I'm so looking forward to that. The joy on their faces when they can start communicating and chatting with me in English is fantastic. Now, we've got 4 rows of prizes here. You saw that we reached 12,100 point, and we gained another 3 choices. Very, very soon we will be ending this game. In fact, in 18 minutes this game is over. And we should find out who wins and what prizes we get. So, 18 minutes, 45 seconds. But let's have a look at the board. So, we are 14,563. We're not going to reach the next flag, which is okay. Number 2 was 10,387, and number 3 was 8,032. So all 3 of us will be getting the trophies, which will appear next to our derbies, and we will be getting some special prizes. Now, I'm actually looking forward to this. The game will run out while I'm in a lesson, so I won't get to see the prize until I actually come out of the lesson. And what's it going to be, I wonder? Let's have a look. Now, actually, I already know what's going to happen because the event has already finished and I put this video together. Now, I'm going to show you two things. One, where the actual game went wrong and caused some issues. And two, what it should have looked like if the derby had finished correctly. Now, this first part from here onwards is the error part. So looking at the screen, there is nothing there. Now, that's your first indication that something's wrong. We should have seen a little message pop up. Now, I've already spoken to my guys, and we all know that something's wrong with the game, but we're not sure exactly what's wrong. Now, it appears that our timer says 0 seconds left on the clock. Okay, we know we've won. We also know that a new derby has started. But we're still competing against the same neighbourhoods, and the old derby has not vanished. But we're able to start another new 5 tasks. I can still clean off the tasks as normal. As you can see here, I'm trashing them, but I have 5 of 5 tasks available. 2 of my guys have started some new tasks because I said just go ahead and do it, because we're not sure, or we weren't sure at this time, whether they would count towards the next one, because the notification did say that the derby had started. Now, if you look at the clock, it says 0 seconds, and then sometimes it changes to 6 days and 22 hours. So the game couldn't make up its mind. Now, this was a glitch. Supercell knew about this very, very quickly. Now, from what I understood, some people around the world, as an example in the UK, they were online when the game finished, they got their rewards. Other people never had any issues at all. Some people, they started doing some of the tasks like we've started doing here, and then found that when the game was reset and set up properly, that they either lost their points that they'd achieved, or they found that they had tasks that were stuck. Now, I started a fishing task here, so you'll see I've chosen that one, and it says I have 0 seconds to collect 95 pounds of fish. Now, can I do it? Okay, now we've already won here, as you can see, and we're just waiting for our prizes and trophies. So let's see if I can claim them. So when I tap on this, it says you can claim your rewards after the derby ends. Well, it's ended, so give them to me. But as I said, there's a problem. Now I need fillets anyway, so just to be on the safe side, I started collecting some. Fingers crossed that this would count towards the next target, and that was not to be. So, fishing, 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 collecting lots of pounds of fish. Now, I do understand that a few people around the world are still experiencing some problems. Now, that may be a good indication why in the current derby, so within the one that my team is experiencing at the moment, only 4 teams have started. So we've now got 5 days and 19 hours left on the clock. I know that the weekend is basically over and we're now starting the week. So maybe people have gone back to school or they're back at work, etc. But of all of the contestants in our derby, only 4 people have, or 4 neighbourhoods have actually started. And even then, okay, the amounts that they're adding up just don't match. Like my team at the moment's got 4,745. The next one is 1,181. After that, it's 61, then 57, then everybody else is 0. So there are still some issues within the system, and Supercell does know about this. You can check out the forum at the moment, and it will give you a good indication on some of the problems that have been experienced. And also some solutions to deal with some of the problems that have come up. Now in a minute, once this part is done, the game is going to close down, and then we'll reboot up and you'll see exactly what you should have seen when the derby was over. And then I will talk you through the images there. But in the meantime, let's do some fishing because I need some fillets. Now, I love the fishing event, as you know. Some duckies need to be sent. Now, I've got 16 of 95 pounds, and I'm still fishing. So,
I'm not using anything special, just going for the normal size circles, and very, very soon I will get it. So that's £18. Now, there was a question on the forum, so I can answer that now while you're watching. Now, let's just say that the fish is £1. That will give me £19. If the fish is £1.5, it will still give me £19. If it's £2, it will give me £20. So what happened to the 0.5 as an example? Well, if you look at this fish here, it's 2.808. So what they do is they carry it over to the next one. So you're not actually losing out on any of the weight. So if the fish is, say, 1.5, and next time it's a 1.5, you will end up with a total of £3. If it's a 1.5 and 4.5, again it will add up and round up to the nearest number. So do not worry if it doesn't seem like it's adding up correctly as you're doing it. It is. It's just remembering the weight that you had and then adding the different weights each time. So it balances very, very nicely. Again, for the fishing event, I'm not using any of the coloured lures, and I don't think that's necessary. For these fishing activities, you can do the weight very, very easily using the worms. Now, I'm actually looking forward to doing a fishing event. So I wonder when we do the fishing event how easy it is to actually complete these fishing tasks, especially as an example, like when you've got a fish that weighs 12 pounds and you're collecting that fish using the green lures. So come on, fishing event, I want to see how it will run. I know with the boat events, it's working out quite nicely, so we get double the points or the score there, so it's awesome. Now, I wonder if that would also do the same with truck events. So truck events, boat events, and fishing events can go towards the derby totals. Okay, right, let's get some more lobster traps in production. Harvest some more worms and get some more going. Now my tackle box is getting full up, so I'm going to have to upgrade that again soon. Right, let's jump back to my farm and see where it's going to take me now. Okay, £34 of £95 done. Now, considering I was supposed to get all that done in 0 seconds, I did pretty well actually. So, wicked. Now, I did collect a lot of fish fillets there. Now, even though there was the bug in the game and Supercell reset everything back and resolved the problem, did I lose the fillets? Now, in my case, no, I didn't. The fillets were still in my barn. So even though, okay, I lost the points, or I ended up starting again afresh with a new game, I didn't actually lose the item that I collected. Now, for those of you that did truck orders as an example, did you lose points? Did you find out that what you used in relation to your resources went back up again, or were they gone completely? That I don't know, so I can't answer that question. Okay, new threshold reached there. Brilliant. Okay, so 276795. It took me up halfway, so I'm halfway towards my total. Very soon I will reach level 87, and I'm so looking forward to that. Okay, another boat done. And what did I get? Ooh, purple vouchers. Yay. Now, I've been getting a lot of different coloured vouchers recently, more than I would usually get, so I'm quite surprised at that, and I'm also very happy. Now, that I'm not happy about, because I just had honey cakes from the last boat. Guess I better get some in production, but I need some eggs. Oh dear. So, chickens, eggs please. Oh no, I've got some chickens that weren't fed. That's terrible. I must be slacking a little bit. Actually, when you've been unwell and you've been recuperating, using the computer or playing games is not something that you really want to do when your head hurts. Just not a good idea. But then again, the Heyday game is very relaxing, so I still did play. So even though I wasn't feeling so well and I was a little bit sick, I still did it. Right, as you can see there, £34 and £95 done. I'm getting very close to the end of this part of the film that I recorded. Let's double check the scores. Okay, now all of this should have been finished. It should have been gone. But what should it have looked like? Can I claim the prizes? No, I can't because they're still locked. So we need to jump ahead and find out. Now, here's the update. So Supercell's updated it, and soon as the clouds vanish, we should notice something brand new. And what is it going to be, I wonder? I bet it's the Scarecrow, because he's always there with important news. So let's find out and see, shall we? So, loading, and here come the clouds. My bird is flying down, and where's it taking me? It's the Scarecrow! Oh my goodness! And what is he telling us? Your first derby is over already. Time flies when you're having fun. Now, let's check how to claim those rewards. Now, I've already seen the video for this in the introduction, so basically you just tap on the rewards that you like, and if you want to, you can shuffle them and then select the better rewards, or you can actually just claim the ones that you want. Now, I'm going to have 4 rows, and I've already decided I'm not going to reshuffle. But first things first, look at that. A beautiful gold trophy. Now, I actually wish I could keep this somewhere. It would go into my ornaments, and then I could use it and stack it somewhere in my town or on my farm. But it's not to be. So the derby has ended. Your neighbourhood placed in the top 3. Congratulations, these are your rewards for such great results. That's actually not too bad, and I love this imagery. It's beautiful. So 14,629 points we got. So well done, my team. You are absolutely wonderful, and I'm so proud. So 5 dynamite, 4 mallets, and 4 nails. That's not bad as a prize. Now these are the 4 columns that we got. And I'm going to choose some items that can be used in the mine. So the TNTs, the first one will be 2, the third column will be 3. Now, if you're looking at this image, what would you choose? Would you shuffle, or would you just select the ones that I'm going to choose? Now, for the second column, I was thinking of either sugar or lobster tails, but I think lobster tails are the more challenging one, and I need some screws, so that will do nicely there. So I've got 4 rewards, and I'm going to claim them. I do not want to shuffle because I don't really like the other rewards that are being offered anyway. So let's just claim those by tapping the button to the right hand side. So 4 claim, and there they go. My trophy has disappeared, and I'm starting a new derby. And here we go. And I've got my 5 tasks. Okay, 2 have gone already, and here are some of the others. So I'm going to clear up some of these tasks, get rid of them, and then start my new event. Now, what did you do? Were you able to start nicely, or did you have some problems? Did you experience the problem I'm about to encounter in a second? Okay, let's just clean up some of these ones that I don't want my team to focus on at the moment. We've got a long time, so 6 days and 18 hours left, and I've chosen a task, which is visitor, but it says it's failed. Now, why did it fail? I've got 5 of 5. This should be brand new. So something is wrong here, but what is it, I wonder? So let's try that again. Click it. Failed to start task. Now, I wasn't sure why, so what I needed to do was scroll down and look at my friends and see if they were doing any of the events. And actually they were. Now, okay, right, that team at the bottom, they've started, so they seem to be doing fine, so why can't we? Now, everybody else hasn't started yet, so that's nothing unusual considering there was an issue. Maybe everyone like ourselves is just getting into the game. Okay, everything's reset, so why can't I pick my task? Ah, what's that? Completed. Ah, okay, that fishing task I had actually completed and expired. Now, normally when it finishes, you get the tick mark to say it's done, and then it will just disappear. But this time, there's no tick mark. So maybe I have to bin it. Let's find out and see. So I press the bin one. Now I've got 5 of 5 tasks, and I know that if we bin a task from the available tasks, it will say, are you sure? And then it will minus 1 task from the 5. And I don't really want that to happen. I'm not looking to lose any tasks straight away. So I had to think about this very carefully. It's not letting me do it, so there is a problem. Something's jamming the works. So it has to be this. This must be the issue. So what should I do? Well, there were a couple of options. One, I could report it to Supercell, which I did via the in-game issue. The other one, as I tested a little bit later, was to do this and trash it. So are you sure you want to trash this taken task? Your task quota will not be refunded. So I was really apprehensive about that, but it would not clear the backlog unless I did it. So removing that task was the only way to get it to work. So if you were stuck with that problem, everybody, remove the task. You did not lose one of the 5. It just went. Thankfully it resolved. Now, because there was a maintenance break to resolve it, they gave us diamonds. Now, that kind of made up for the lost time, so thank you very much. And I've still got the situation here. And I'm going to take the risk, considering I've just had the diamonds, to get rid of this task. So, let's do it. Watch. 5 of 5. Trash it. Okay, and I've still got 5 of 5. Can I do a new task? Let's find out. Tomatoes. Sign it. Yes, so I've got 6 days and 18 hours to do this. And actually it took me the 18 hours to harvest 250 plots of land. Now, if you want to know how many pieces of land you've got, if you go into your shop where you actually purchase the land, it will tell you exactly how many land plots you have. Now, I've got 114, but I've only got 112 tomatoes. So once I've harvested these tomatoes, I will have 224. But that's not going to count towards the total. Only 112 will count towards that total. So to get the 250, I'm going to have to do 3 harvests. And we know that tomatoes take a long time to produce. Not a problem. We've got such a long time to do this event, it will not be an issue. Right, now I'm well and truly happy. My next event started. My guys are waking up and choosing tasks. Everybody's getting back on board again. Some of them are choosing some of the easy ones. Some of them are choosing the more challenging ones. As I said, I'm going to leave it down to them to do this time. I will still be removing some of the more the easier tasks. But at the end of the day, I'm not so worried about the points. I'm more focused on the guys doing what they want to do within the time they're able to do it, considering their work or social situations as well, and the size of their land. Now, one thing I have noticed, a majority of these neighbourhoods still have not started. We still only have 4 neighbourhoods up and running at the moment. Now, maybe once their problem's resolved, they will join us later. But I do not know. We will just have to wait and see. Now, in a minute, I'm going to show you something very, very different. When we have problems sometimes, or when we have difficulties, you've already seen me reporting issues in the game by going into the advanced settings. Now, within the advanced settings, there's something new. And there's this section here that talks about the new update. And look at that. Derby rules, tasks, racetrack, horseshoes prizes. Why can't I join the current derby? There's a lot of information in the settings section, and all you have to do if you want to know more about the derby, other than what I've mentioned within this video, is have a look here. It will give you a lot of tips and a lot of good points. The derby one for the rules is really useful to read, and I would actually recommend opening this up and just going through them. Now, I've already mentioned most of the answers, as I've said. I've already mentioned quite a few times about joining the forum, and I would still strongly recommend this. Get on the forum, have a look what people are talking about in relation to the derby. If you're experiencing any issues, there are lots of tips and suggestions there as well. Heyday Wiki is another great place for getting information, and if you have information that can update people or help people out, please do so. Overall, at the end of the day, I'm really satisfied with this derby update. I'm really satisfied with the new pets that we've got. So I just love the kittens. I just love the little puppies. They are great additions to the game. I like the new decoration. Okay, for me, some of it's a little bit pricey, but I'm so glad that I won one of them in the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm looking forward to trying my luck again when some of the other items come up. What do you think of the game in total? What's your viewpoint? What do you think about the derby? Okay, I know you've experienced problems, but overall, how do you feel about this new activity within the game? Has it made it more exciting for you? Has it created a challenge or something you could get your teeth into? There are a lot of new skills that you need to develop here for this aspect of the game. Time management, resource management, you've got land management, you've got delegation duties, you've got good communication activities. Wow! Heyday is turning us into future managers. It's going to be awesome. All these younger generations that are upwardly coming, they're going to be the new managers of the future, all because of this new derby game. Awesome. Okay, my rating for this new update, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. Okay, I know there are issues, but I absolutely love this derby, and I'm really hoping to win every single derby event that we participate in. However, I've seen some of the results from other neighbourhoods, and it looks like they would wipe the floor with my team. But at the end of the day, not a problem. I know who they are, I know where they live, so I'm going to take the batteries from their iDevices so they can't beat us. Okay, that's it. I'm going to leave you with some of the points that you're seeing on the screen. You can read them yourself, and I will see you next time in the game. So, bye-bye, take care, enjoy.